Hello. Hold on, let me get that chat up from here. Oh, fuck, how do I get this now? Fuck. They just make you worse, and I know I'll see your face again. Hello. It's time for some Valorant. Now, they just showed a little thing on the screen, and I'm interested in this as well, because someone made a Reddit post, and I think I agree with the Reddit post.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow, wow, wee, wow. The kid in the shadows.
King in the castle.
Just wants to flex in both chats. Hold on. My headphones were not properly connected. There we go. Yes. So. Oh, camera's not working either. It's all gone messed up, hasn't it? There we go. I have seen the Primy news. Yes, I don't know who Primy is. Who do I have winning, England or Netherlands? England. Yeah, I will be stopping the stream at 8 p.m. exactly my time, because that's when the England game kicks off, and I'd rather watch England. Layer Realm, thanks for the 10 months.
Hi TMV.
Hello.
I had a question. Is it true that British Parliament recently passed a law requiring all citizens of the UK to listen to at least 2 hours of Ellie Goulding every day? I'm sorry if this is a silly question. I don't know much about British culture.
Ellie Goulding, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. You've thrown that one out of left field. Right. So here's the thing. In the official thing, they say that Koi can't make the playoffs.
You lose the round, you lose the game. It's
Real Glue Guy, thanks for the 2 months. Okay, they say that Koi can't make it. Let's assume that Koi win, and they win 2-0. Right? Let's assume that Gentlemates who play against... Who did Gentlemates play? Who did Gentlemates play? They play Navi. Okay, so let's assume that Gentlemates win. So Navi lose. And you win. But you lose a map. So you go to 10 and 13 as well. You win 1 map, but you lose 2, so you go to 10 and 15. Let's say that Team Liquid lose to Fnatic. Let's say they lose 2-0. 9 and 13. Let's say Calming Core. Oh, is that why? Is it Calming
TMV,
Core?
if Gen G win champs, will you finally fulfill your promise and get puked up? Unfortunately, it is the year of the Yay Vamos bleed.
Well, I'll come back to whatever the fuck you just said. If Calming Core lose 2-0 to Vitality. I mean, there's 2 spots here, though.
Hello TMV. I'm still depressed because of the game.
Tie,
I hope Netherlands wins today. And I will gift my sub after this.
This is what I don't understand.
Thank you for the content, and tomorrow is my
Shut
birthday.
Up! Oh, sorry about telling you to shut up. I'll get to you in a second. Because I'm confused here. Am I crazy in thinking that we would have a 6-way tie for 2 spots? And that if Koi won enough rounds, they would be tied. So in this instance, Calming Core are through, because they've got the best map differential. You can't do single ties when you have 6. You can't do like, oh, you beat you, because obviously there's 6 teams in here. So of course people have lost to everyone and not beat others. So it has to just go on maps and rounds. But as far as I can tell, Calming Core would be in, and then it would come down to round differential, which if it came down to round differential, it would be between these 2, of which Koi would be ahead. Am I stupid? Isn't it head-to-head? But you can't have head-to-head when there's a 6-way tie. Oh, they would need to beat BBL's round differential. It would be between these 3 teams on round differential. So Koi just need to win by 22 rounds.
Heritage.
Which is a lot of rounds. Is this not how it would work, though? Am I stupid? Am I crazy? Is this not how it works? How would it not work? Like, if you have a 6-way tie, even if you start eliminating some teams because they lost to everyone or whatever, there's still going to be more than 4 teams. Don't Navi play mates? Yeah, but mates beat Navi 2-1, and then they end up with this same score as Koi. And then it comes down to round diff between BBL, mates, and Koi. At which point mates can't beat BBL. Because they're also, I think, saying that BBL are out. But I don't think BBL are out either. Because in this scenario, BBL's chances are actually pretty good. If it gets narrowed down to 3 teams, it goes back to head-to-head. See, is that true? Is that true? Because you could narrow it down to 3 teams based on map differential if you wanted to. It would be these 3 teams in that event. In which case, BBL beat Koi but lost to mates. Koi lost to both. But you're actually already in a 6-way tie, so I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can first narrow it down to 3 based on map differential and then apply the 3 head-to-heads, because then you're still missing the bigger point of, like... Anyway. Alika Peter says the only team is Giants, so I think Koi can still make it. I think Koi can still make it as well. They need to win by at least 20... Well, 21, I guess, would be a tie. They need to win by at least 21 rounds to make it. Anyway, let me read out what the fuck people were saying. Big Maxi, if Genji win champs, will you finally fulfill my promise and get puked up? I don't even know what that means. Unfortunately, it's the year of Yay Vamos Bleed. Are you okay, Big Maxi? Tropical, thanks for the 13 months. I am still depressed. Okay, here's Tropical. Wait, did you gift a sub? Oh, I will gift a sub after this. Anyways, thank you for the content. And tomorrow is my birthday. Wow, it's Tropical's birthday, everyone. Say happy birthday, Tropical. Tropical is from Switzerland. They lost to England. All the Dutch people will be feeling the same sorrow today. Jojo, thanks for the 17 months as well. And there's Tropical's gift sub. We had a little bet on whether Switzerland would win or not.
The positioning. What a blunder. What a win.
What the hell are they doing here? We got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire knockoffs. Anyway, Koi, they're playing against Heretics. So, Heretics need to win by 22 rounds to be ahead of BBL.
You get shot.
BBL can still make it.
The game. It's an FPS game.
Sheesh.
They need certain things to happen, but they can still make it. Yes, I've heard about the Rank Demon joining Talon. Tropical, thanks for the gift sub. And Tebo Hit, thanks for the 2 months.
The result coming up now. Redgar, and see if they agree with you. See if they can make life.
Bro, why are we doing baby questions? Okay, Koi against Heretics. Koi, you banned Ascent. Oh, but Heretics ban Ascent. Oh, so Koi don't ban Ascent. You ban
Sorry,
Ascent.
TMV, a certain end phrase is banned, but I meant to fulfill your promise of getting boiled up, remove the B. And yes, I'm okay, and I'll be better after Cody Harkpo cooks England. Are you going to watch It's Coming Home at home or somewhere else? I'm going to watch the game live in the Netherlands. Are you proud?
I'm very proud of you, Magnum, yes. I'll be watching here at home. Watching my... Oh, it's going to be sad for you, though, Magnum. You know, to have to watch them lose like that. That's going to be very sad. What did Koi ban if they banned Ascent? I mean, you've both just been banning Ascent. Okay, you banned Bind there. I mean, let's just say you banned Sunset because you're not stupid. Koi, pick... What would you pick against Heretics? Icebox seems a decent shout if they I mean, their Icebox has been better Koi than most of their other maps. Heretics would I mean, Bind has kind of consistently been their second best map. So let's just say they pick Bind. But I think that's one of Koi's better maps as well. And then Koi ban not Lotus. Maybe Split. You ban. What have we got? You ban Haven. And we play whatever the fuck is left. Lotus.
2021. But let's move on to the next question. How much does it cost to purchase Light Shield plus Sheriff and Operator? A,
Easy.
5,750, B, 5,900, C, 6,000, or D,
Final answer.
6,200. How's your maths?
Light Shield is 400, Sheriff is 800, it's already 1,200, and 4,700, so it's 5,900, so it's B.
B. Okay, that was a confident one. Let's lock it in and see if he's correct. B, 5,900.
Easy.
God damn, Redgar, you are good at this. You are very, very good at this. I think we've definitely climbed out of plat at this point, maybe heading to diamond. Let's see this one. Which gun has the faster fire rate? Stinger, Odin, Ares, or Frenzy?
Stinger.
Okay, I'm just thinking that it should be... Is it like when you're zooming or it doesn't matter?
Fire rate.
Okay, let's do it. Stinger. I'm going for Stinger.
Okay, A, Stinger. We're gonna lock it in and see if
Could be
he
Odin,
is
I guess.
correct here.
Yes.
And my goodness, there is nothing that's gonna trip you up, Redgar. Do you know what? I didn't expect it to get this far. I'm not gonna lie. Production clearly didn't expect it because we only planned 13 minutes for this. We're gonna stick you here in Diamond 1 and 2 and circle back to this maybe after the game today or after the series today as we head to maybe post-plant. We bring this back out, but for now it's time to bring out the teams for this first match. It's going to be the last time we see Koi this entire season, but Heretics still have first seed to play for. So without further ado,
And again, I think they're wrong about that as well. I'm fairly certain Heretics have locked up the first seed. Because again, if they were to lose, but Fnatic win, Heretics beat Fnatic. So they win. I mean, that one's not even hard to work out. It was like week 1, I think. EMEA stage, week 1, Heretics beat Fnatic. Not even difficult to work out. Can Team Liquid make it? Yes. First seed is above FUT, but that doesn't matter. Why would that matter? What? Because you want to play against 4th, 5th rather than 3rd, 6th? What? Who cares? More so, they're playing for the championship point, which actually might still matter. That might matter for them. Like, if Heretics win and Fnatic lose, and then Fnatic lost straight away, then I think the points might matter for them. Oh, they banned Split instead. Interesting. Could still get 5. Oh, but they want to play Ascent. Oh, they dared them to play Ascent. I really thought I could have got 5 there.
That opportunity to...
Okay, map 1 Icebox. Heretics picks defense. See if they're still running ISO. I would doubt it, to be honest, if I'm Team Heretics. Their ISO looked really, really rough last week. Really not good. And yeah, I'm fairly certain Koi, so they need to win by 22 rounds. Okay, so they need to win on average 13-2. Okay, so keep this in mind. Koi, we need an average of 13-2. They can afford to lose 4 rounds across 2 maps. 4 rounds. If Koi lose more than 4 rounds, they're out. I think. I'm fairly certain. They need to win 2-0, and they can only lose 4 rounds. So Koi, you're out? Yes. Although imagine if they did that. If they do that, that will be the craziest. Not only do they need that to happen, this is the thing. Koi's chances of making the playoffs are so slim that you might as well say they are out. Because not only do they need to win and beat arguably the best team, or certainly one of the best teams in the world, they need to beat them 2-0, only losing 4 rounds. And then they also specifically need, not only do they need that, they then also need Team Liquid to lose to Fnatic. They need Gentlemates to specifically beat Na'Vi 2-1 as well. They also need Gentlemates to 2-1 Na'Vi. And they need Karmine Core, I think. Oh, the Karmine Core game doesn't matter that much. The Karmine Core one doesn't matter for them. But they do need Gentlemates to specifically 2-1 Na'Vi and Team Liquid to lose to Fnatic.
Form, Koi, already down and out.
And they need to win 2-0, and they can only give up 4 rounds.
Excited to see if they can match up.
So yeah, why 2-1? Because they need the map differentials of all the teams to be the same. So if Gentlemates won 2-0, they'd be 10-12, which is better than Koi can do. So they need Gentlemates to lose a map as well, so that they don't have a better map differential than them.
Koi though have been in good form, and I will say Heretics have lost a match.
Oil up if it happens. Say what, if Koi go to playoffs, I will oil up.
Where Koi could pull off an upset right at the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's one last ride for this squad, at least for this stage and this year, I suppose, as well. And on the side of Heretics,
Clipped.
the pressure's off.
Look, I'm on a countdown to
concerned
5.
About what that means for this roster.
As soon as, come on, Heretics, just win 5 rounds. That's all I need.
Well, there's some iterations that could favor them, even if they do end up.
Let's
there.
go.
Heretics
Let's
could
go.
be a scary sight to witness already. 2 open.
Chat in shambles.
Down low and
In shambles.
Not looking as strong as it was just seconds ago. Heretics ready to fire their way back through, but Wood has been tagged. He's the first man, right up close. Just spotting them, actually. Baiting out the crosshair. Grabinho, who stepped in for 3. Oh, they're going to wish they didn't take that fight.
Oh, no.
Now still a chance for Koi.
Oh, no.
Extended with Benji Fishy down.
Oh, no.
Leaves it on to just Rians, and there's
Oh, no.
for him in that final post-plant moment. It's going to be the round going the way of Koi, and what was a pretty shaky start for them, getting into that site, having issues with those 2 entries going the way of the defense. Grabinho, again, someone that I think we talked about quite a lot as one of the players who's really stepped up. I think we've seen it from Shados as well. He'd be the other highlight that I have. It is a shame. That's the one thing with
Get
this
the
Koi
oil
roster
ready,
that's a shame,
fraud.
is that split 1 was in such a rough spot that they almost had to dominate coming into this one. But even still, a few pride points on the line, a victory versus Heretics.
We're just going to stay quiet from now on.
As you can see, only 2 teams have done
Come on,
before
Mini Boo. Do something crazy.
in the regular season. We're going to see a bit of an investment here from Heretics. I will say the next 2 maps.
I need 5 rounds across 2 maps. It's not happening,
Heretics.
guys.
I think this one is a lot more
It's
up
not
in the
happening.
air. If anything, I think Koi have a good opportunity here.
There we go.
Wow.
There's just no way.
3K in the last round, shut down the opening pick. Almost good to trade it back.
Yeah, win this one.
They've
It's
got the
fine.
weapons to take those long range engagements.
It's
that's for sure.
fine.
Nice fragment up close. Pressure on Wood.
5 rounds of 2 maps. This would be the most unlikely result of all time.
Just that, but those 2 kills are all the Team Heretics get with rifles carried over for Koi.
Across
It's not a
2
bad
maps?
follow-up round.
I just need a
think the most fun thing about this match is
13-5,
where we
and
get
it's
to see
over.
Wood back on that duel list, and not as like a secondary either. It's
Do I
where
think Koi give
they've
up after
done,
they lose 5?
especially
I'm
if
not
they've
sure
done
they
it
even
again,
know, to be honest. Which
definitely
might be
seems to
good
have
for them.
that
Actually, no, it won't,
individual
because they should.
capability. They just slightly
Like, you know,
over the
obviously, if you're
goal. I
playing
think
to
on
make the
terms of
playoffs
the
here, which you
other
should be.
agents,
Which,
it's
again,
not quite
the official
a
broadcast
similar
doesn't think
vein.
that they can make playoffs.
Even
I'm
so, we're gonna
fairly
have
certain they
investment
can.
back in. Thrash available for Shadow, but he is only gonna have
Lycopedia
a
agrees
pistol
with
in
me.
this round, so almost going to be in that pure setup vein.
It's going to be awkward if, like, because
He is not.
BBL's
There are
chances
2
actually
players
aren't
waiting
that
to
bad.
fight this.
Like, there is a decent shot that BBL is
Out of
making.
there, Shirley. The dash is
So it's going to be
used.
funny when the
Made
official
any further
broadcasters
damage,
ruled
but
out
very nearly
BBL
takes
and then
down
realize
Camel.
that they have
Early
to
damage
put
on a player
BBL in the
who,
playoffs.
sure, dash online, but He's gonna go for it. Yeah, back yellow.
Come on,
All
we
right,
can't lose
standing
this one.
committing
We
to this
can't
play.
lose this one,
At least
Heretics.
for now, the spike is on the other side. This is all just a ruse to drag rotations, and it has done just that. 3 players on B, 1 on mid. Rian's might be forced into a retake on that A side.
Just spotted them. He just put it over the top, so he has the information.
no.
Camo though is still winning the fight, even when on just 1 HP. And although the information is there wasn't a rotation back. It leaves very
Okay.
little support.
They actually
Who's now
thought about
gonna
coming
hit
back to
the
B,
remaining
but then
steps, and Rian's with
they've had enough of
absolutely
them to
everything
realize
to
they
do.
shouldn't do
He's
that.
done a good job of at least slowing them down, making things a little bit more awkward, and he's even going to
Not
deny
holding
the
that
bomb.
at all.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah, players have to push through this choke point now. Crash even going to be used to clear the closer corners, get them that bit closer. The step out from Boo, a bit of an overextension, shut down and put to bed. It's Grapinho with another 3K. That's now given them some real life in round number 3. Don't know if Shadow can
When
retrieve
do
the
I
rifle.
start to
think he
worry?
can.
Tell you what, I'll
He has
start to
these
worry
guns
when
off
they
Guardian, so
13-0
now they're armed
Heretics
to
on
the
this
teeth
map.
and ready for this 1
Then
versus
I'll
2.
genuinely
Spike plans
start
in
to
a good
worry.
spot with the rotation coming in from Grapinho.
Now remember
He'll
what
go
I
up on the
said.
belt. They've
I
got
said
a
it. I
high-low
didn't
setup
say
for
if
this
Koi
duel,
win
and
this game
Rian's is burning
5. I said
hard,
if Koi
having to
made the
clear so
playoffs,
many of
which
these close
even if
fighting
they
angles.
do win this game somehow without losing 5 rounds,
Gets online,
they still
haven't really
also
helped him.
need
He knows the
specific
people
results to go
becoming
their way.
spots Grabinho, but still
Like
doesn't know where the
Navi
second player is
specifically
gonna be,
losing
and
2-1
Shadow
to
is just
Gentlemates.
waiting for that stick to come
But we
through.
are in trouble
Grabinho
early on.
closed around with a 4th. A great start to the game for him, and an even better one for Koi.
Yeah, really good work by Grabinho. He's impressed me these last 2 rounds. 7-2 for this attacking squad. And the fact that they start this out losing a lot of HP on this man here, Camo. He pushes up close, uses his dash on yellow.
That's
and
not what I
somehow
said.
manages
It is
to
what I
sneak
said.
his way
You
into a
were all
position
saying clip
where
it
he
at the
finds one
time.
as they push back to clear the rest
So
of the
hopefully
angle.
someone has
And I think a
clipped
lot
it,
of
and
that
the
came
clip will
down to
tell
what
you.
saw, Tom,
I
which
said
was
if
the
Koi
drone
make
used
playoffs.
up on A. It spots those players. It gets the information into the hands of Heretics that this was a fake. And then they think,
Come on,
is there even
Heretics, you
still
can't be
someone
this
yellow?
shit.
Did they manage to cross back? Unfortunately, the information is found the hard way. Mini-Boo.
Why are a
Going
team that
detective
barely know
on
how
that
to
knife didn't
shoot?
Go all the way through. But it will be. Well, yeah, it's enough to drag the rotations. Look at the B site just being.
To be fair, Koi aren't that bad. No one in EMEA is that bad. We don't have a fucking MIBR or a
3
Fury
kills after
or a
what was
Bleed.
looking like a hopeless round, but
Everyone in EMEA,
other than that, wasn't much to
I
write
think,
home about.
like at this point, Koi early on were very bad, but at
Defense is
this
here
point in the
already.
season, I actually think
Gonna try and
everyone's
peek
kind
in
of
a
at
little
least
bit early. Again,
okay.
they've denied the spike, but it is just the cleanup crew.
Here.
Camo hoping to try and get a little bit more. Ultimate already online, so not really the one.
Fury all right now,
Be
I guess.
Optimal to get the kill. They're even going to stand in Starzo. And
Yeah, I guess
absolutely
Fury aren't that
flawless
bad anymore.
As they go 4-0 up on Icebox, and we're waiting for a Heretics response.
I love that Grabinho's left behind in A main in that round as
Oh, no.
well. So he's playing off the turret. So once it gets contact, he can swing out and be the kill shot.
Can we get someone in
think
chat to
I
reach
might
out to
even have
Navi?
seen,
What, to tell him to
Shados
throw
move away
2-1?
from the turret, so it deactivated, and then that player's thinking, "Oh, it's free space. I can just walk up behind them." Nope, Grabinho
See, the
strikes
thing
it
is, if
down.
Navi just
He's
win that,
game
I mean,
two right
if
now,
Koi
and
actually
hell
do
of
this,
a
this is
start
going
to
to
this
add
map
to the
for
stakes
the
quite
Viper.
significantly.
Hell of a start for Koi, 4-0 up as the barriers are about to go up.
And
in
then
the next
again, all
round.
they need is
Oh, we're gonna
just,
see a bit of contact towards the A main choke point. The
they need a
operator in
Team
play
Liquid
for
loss.
Woot is a big game changer for this Heretic side.
It's aggressive.
I mean, Icebox has always been a,
It's going to give him the
not a very
information.
weak map, but
Camo's
a
blade
fairly
storm
weak one.
already
We
popped.
should get a Dizzy
I
across
think it's
here.
going to be absolutely everything. He's managed to dodge. Oh, I was going to
missed.
say all the util, but it
Okay,
doesn't
but they do
matter.
get a kill over
Nice
here.
work from Camo to bring things back.
Go one
Rabini's
back
gone
though.
down on the other
Does he
side of
expect
the
a
map,
second lurk?
Rian's falling. Means
Because he might just think that Viper is here alone. Then again, if they can hear this turret over here, then they should
He's been trying
suspect
to hold
this.
on to this control catch rotations. It's something I feel like Koi should be aware of.
Well, the impact of
Okay, well.
Grabinho early has been huge. There's the steps heard back towards B, and I think what we're going to see from Koi is a big struggle in getting out onto this site. The poison orb up for Boo, but that wall won't be going anywhere. with
Everyone's
Grabinho
here.
being the opening
Come on,
pick. You
Heretics.
lose a lot of
You have to win this.
abilities that are going to get you close to that site. And I'm curious to see how Koi actually approach this, especially with the op in play. Never mind, good shot by Camo, but Boo does well. His second
Nice
in the
nano.
round, and a big conversion. That Blade Storm was causing them problems, but now
2v2.
Shadow down below. The wall bang brings it back to favorable territory. He's got to bail for just a moment, but he's recovered some of his abilities and the spike. They can reset with 20 seconds left.
They're going to
I'm
swing,
actually
yeah?
so angry this guy hasn't been using a dot crosshair for years. Why was he using that
Wow,
ugly,
nice cross by
chunky
Benji.
monster all of that time?
They won't suspect
And
this at
now
all.
he's just hitting headies. Nonetheless, Benji's still standing. Shadow trying to do it all. He's going to have to flick back, and it was a little bit close.
There's one.
But at least for Heretics,
1 out of 5.
going to be on the board. The dot crosshair couldn't save it this time.
It got me
But
slightly
I think we
worried
need a
there.
comparison.
There's
Let's
1
take
out of 5.
Shadow's kills while using the weird square crosshair.
That one
and
was
since then with the dot crosshair.
That one was very
I was
close.
gonna say I think there's gonna be overwhelmingly positive data.
I don't know. I mean, right there, Tom, that flick. There's
But you think he would have got that with the giant
Yeah.
square?
And when
There's
Benji
snow on
whiffed the
ground.
shots to
reckon-
begin with, I did
reckon
worry.
He couldn't see the crosshair when he flicked that
I couldn't
fast.
see
That's
that
what
red
happened.
dot in
He
the
couldn't see it. The snow blocked
They do
it.
say that about
What the
about
hell
the
is
color red
this?
It's really difficult to see on
It
a
is.
white
Yeah,
background.
it blends in. It blends in. I think that's the problem. If it was bigger, perhaps he'd have a chance. You know what, Shadow? I'll send you some options tonight. We'll work this out. But 4-1. Yeah, it's been a
And
great
Benji
start
just
for Koi.
exploiting this
attack side,
big. This is
heating
like
up,
the best thing
shut
that
down in the
Heretics
last,
do.
even
That
after
honestly,
some
I think you should
opportunities.
see
Like,
more of.
Think about it. Camel got both
Whether
of
it's
those
your killjoy
openings.
or
He should
not,
have been
I think
dead
just
right off rip. It was a
someone
rare
being up
missed
here is
shot from Woot. Let's
quite
hope we don't see
good.
that this time. The blade storm is
But
out.
Benji
full
only has
effect.
a
That's
turret
the
this
only
round.
weak weapon that they have is the frenzy, but with 5 blades flying your way, I don't think that frenzy will get much time.
It's almost padding the gap of their weak economy. That's the problem right now. Good flash.
Not a
gonna
great
make
shot,
things
though.
A little more awkward. A lot of damage done.
Camo's
onto
in,
Shadow,
and they
but it's
didn't
still
even
Camo
realize.
again. Trade back Viper's Pit. Benji was actually up behind them, but has opted to fall back just in case. And there isn't going to be a plant just yet. This means that it has to be a little bit more aggressive in the stance. Woot, though, is looking to try and find something over the top. That's one of the main problems with this pit is you need someone watching from behind, and that will be Shados.
You've seen Shadows, yeah, have to go back and cover it. I think his turret was broken earlier, so his alarm bot's down, but they could still come from belt. That's a problem. And the brakes are pumped as they creep forward in this Viper's.
Are we gonna
pit. The
drop it
problem
at some
is,
point?
It doesn't cover that much of sight. There's a good chance you're getting spammed down as soon as you try it. Shadow's the one with the spike. He has 8 HP. It's only a tap, but it's ambitious, and they haven't checked the drop! What is that? He's still alive! Drawing breath for longer than he should have. A chance for Koi on the back of that. 3 versus 3, but the kills start to come in. The spike being tapped again. The spam's too strong. The solo ground covered by it, but a chance for Shados. He's out of time. He needs the kill, and Benji's just hiding away, winning it out with the clock.
Again.
And that is a tough loss for Koi, but hey, I would have counted them out of that as soon as the peak came up top, and they got a second lease of life.
That is 2 rounds in a row where Benji
Let's
is
go.
the only man standing. This one, he literally just
Woot
hides
match
in the
fixing
corner.
for the
I also
TMV
wanna
oil up.
say, this round makes me feel good as a human, knowing that even Woot can whip that badly.
It's going to be in the replays as well. They might even have slowed it down. You know, they are ruthless on the EVS team.
No, they've skipped it.
Oh, we have
It didn't even
Mercy
happen.
today.
It didn't happen.
All right, actually, I like that. You know, fair play. I guess we're the ones throwing them under the bus now.
Or they're Heretics fans, and we're going to see just purely brutal Koi clips for the rest of the game.
We missed our Viper's
Next
Pit.
time Shadow loses his crosshair.
Loses it.
Look at this,
Just
show me
drops it.
this. Have you
I
not shown
think
me this?
TH knows about the oiling
He might have survived
situation.
the last round, but he's the
That
first
round
one
over.
down in this. That's
I
the
mean, we've just
utility
also
down,
thrown
and
a
the ability
Viper's Pit.
for Grubinho to
What are
sneak
we
his
doing?
way through. He's right past them, and he's going to want to forget
replay.
about that.
Yeah, you know that one's going in the replay. I see you, EVS team.
God, I mean, a Heretic.
Already.
This
Koreans
could have been 6-0, and
at
I could have been
least
sweating.
Brings the advantage back a little bit of post plant from this position. Oh yeah, they're going to try and deny. Actually, he's tagged.
Oh
Camel.
my
If he can
goodness,
get
what
this
am
hit,
I
it'll be nice,
watching?
because
What
again,
is
there's
this
still a man
filth?
down. KO ult available. Also got the thrash. Like this post plant's going to be tough.
What is this filth? You have to KO ult now if you're going to, by the
So
way,
far
buddy.
back as well. You're really
Too
not getting
slow.
a lot of information, but it's a good thing. No command comes out from Star Zone. No more abilities for Team Heretics. In goes Thrash. It's caught. That's it. Done and dusted.
Okay,
In
I
round,
just
our
need
Team
3.
Heretics
I've got a
Shados.
whole other map
The
to
man
get
look
3.
at.
Surely,
Why
come
there's
on.
5 on the board for Koi now. An impressive round out
And
of the
to be
Killjoy.
fair, if I
Starting
get
with that
2
just
more
wide
rounds for
swing out on
Heretics,
mid.
I think we would play a best of 1.
I think that's the big.
So then they'd also
Heretics
have
are
to
gonna
win a
take
best
pause,
of
but
1
they're gonna have nothing
against
to play.
BBL.
The only person who could really invest anything into this round
Which would
is
be
gonna
fun.
Benji, and I think he's just going to have
Nice!
a sheriff
Let's
and some
go.
light shields. So they've been put in an awful position. Like you only have 1 player surviving for 2 rounds back to
Okay,
back,
Heretics take a timeout.
even using the Blade Storm a round ago. So they're not going to have that.
Heretics saving their brain power for playoffs. Who's winning the Euros? I told you. I told you at the start of the tournament that Spain were winning. I told you that the Spain were winning at the start. And that's when people didn't think Spain were that good. I just had a feeling. That's a good sign. How does a best of one map veto work? I would think that they would just ban 3 maps each and just play whatever the last one is.
For Team Heretics, 2 rounds on the board. It's definitely not the start they were looking for. Even just in your minds right now, Team Heretics have to occupy that spot as one of the best within the EMEA. I think results recently, you know, some teams have been able to land a few punches on them, but never the killing blow. For Koi, 5-2.
See, next year there should be an 8-team playoff, which will make it even more likely that, you know, it'll be even harder to be completely eliminated next year. So I think the system next year when it's 12 teams is going to be really good. Wow, what a nice monster.
He's out of here and he's caught running down to 1 HP. Great setup to start this out, and it's bought them the space to plant. The only problem is the flank coming through. 3 players stacked up, but look at Koi. They've sent 4 players back. Anything Heretics can do, they can do better, and they've got the numbers, they've got the weapons. They just don't have the info on Wood up close. A chance for him, but a Goliath of a performance needed.
Oh, he's gonna get that second. Gun retrieve.
Oh no.
Gets the shot to Shados as well. Now this thing gets a little bit worrying. It would have to be an ace, and he's low on HP. Time is ticking against him as well, so he needs to get a move on. A player in the close corner at this point of the round might not be expected, and Starzo
They got there in the end.
an end to
Again, the
what
money
was
is
a
fairly good,
terrifying
so
response with just
doesn't
a
matter too
pistol.
much.
Makes
Well,
things
champs
a
have
little bit more
Pacific
damaging,
production.
but again, the economy for Koi is in a pretty damn good spot. But now we have that
No,
purchase
I
back
don't
on the board
think
for
it'll have
Heretics, and,
the
well, this is where they really need to
international
start turning
broadcast
things around,
production,
'cause
I
when you
think.
look at their game versus
I would guess,
Gentlemates, they
which I
only
think
had
is mostly the
rough
Americas
time
ones. Which
on the attack.
I think.
So,
I don't know that, but I think it is.
Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't the defense, and they had an 8-4 attack. But at this point, we're already.
Have you seen the talent announcement? Right.
sort of
Someone clear
low
this up
if
for
they
me. They
lose too
signed
many
this
more rounds.
correct,
Yeah, we're getting close to that margin.
you know,
players
ranked
like
player
Wood,
or whatever, which
he's
is
had 2
fine.
big
Are they
big
actually
whiffs.
playing though?
I don't
And
think
if
I've
they are
seen
playing,
have
who is
big
not
whiffs
playing?
before. 1 or 2 little
Does this
incidents
game
here or
matter?
there, but yeah, it just feels like Heretics not on
For
the
the
game.
most
It's
part,
unusual
no,
to see
unless
that,
Koi
but I don't
destroy
think we'll see it
Heretics.
for too much longer. But for Koi, that means building up every round that they can here to give them the advantage when they move into that next half. Foundations
Probably
are laid.
ban or
They
surf.
can
We
still
don't
propel
know.
This with the beauty in their hands. Woot, he's spotted in the
Oh,
corner.
what a shot.
And what a shot that was! Straight down and out of the round. And Heretics under pressure. The lockdown is going to send them back to the spawn, and they're forced into a retake. Luckily, they have a lockdown of their own.
I don't think the
And
util
still the
has
spike's
connected.
gonna go on.
The fragment didn't land where it needed to, so they're not going to destroy
Ooh,
it.
big
Luckily,
shot, Mini-Boo.
doesn't
No
seem to
mid
matter.
lurk.
Mini-Boo's already won that initial
They're gonna go
fight.
back for their own lockdown. They get their
Lockdown
KO
of their
ult
own
off.
available, which
There's
will
no
force
ability.
these players back or force them forward. Shadow's going to go for the fight with the operator. Now, there should be a res unless someone's going to try and stick around. And in
That's
fact,
not gonna have
2
time to
players
destroy
are
it.
currently trying to stick around. They're
Gonna
almost
land, but,
guaranteed to get detained. This is an
It
interesting
just destroyed it
strategy,
at the
'cause
last
now
second.
They can walk back into this site. The first one's free. Starzo had no chance. The second one's free as well.
Yeah,
this
they
is one
just
of the weirdest
mistimed it.
rounds I've seen in a long, long time.
What was that
I
snake bite?
assumed there was some sort of plan here, but they're now just all being picked apart. It's down to Shados in a 1 versus 4.
I'm
I
safe.
am perplexed as to what the plan was there.
I'm
from
safe.
The side of Koi.
I feel like I could say, because we were very nice to Grabinho in the first few rounds, he even missed a snake bite. I mean,
I don't think it
he
matters.
bounced it back at himself. Hey, he could have bought 2 more seconds. 2 players aggressively held up. I mean,
I guess they expected them to push a little bit earlier, but then when they didn't, Starzo just went, I'm not leaving. I'm just gonna
If they
I'm
lose
leaving.
exactly
I'm just gonna
5 rounds,
leave it.
that will be the
Today's pain.
funniest thing that's ever happened.
Let's go.
I need teammates who are that happy when they retake versus 2 players who can't move. Yes!
nice entrance.
Nice shot! Amazing Lear!
Oh, God. Well, Cider's going to appreciate
Okay,
that one.
6-3.
6-3.
I mean, I do want to catch
Heretics,
1 map
honestly,
of
given a
Fnatic
bit of a
Liquid if
lifeline in that
possible, so I could
last
use with this
opening
being a
kick on the
2-0.
boot. Locked
I don't
in
really
for
care
side
who
control.
2.
And then lockdown to detain 2 teams.
I just need
Best
Koi
goals
to
bench
lose
Fishes
5
ever had,
rounds.
And there's the shot from Woot.
And then I
Connected
can be
off, but
happy.
Again, it's Grabinho
And
going
then let's
down.
just go for a
They're gonna
2-0.
take it towards B. There's a
I mean,
lot
let's
of
face it, it's
problems
probably
spawning
more likely
not
the
having that
Heretics
man
2-0.
around.
That definitely makes things more difficult. And maybe if they can
We
get
don't need a
themselves to
2-1
thrash,
of this game, really, do we?
which seems to be the goal. Mini-Boo's just been picked off from above. That's a huge kill to get them at least a little bit more space. And in the meantime, Camo's going to try and go walkabouts. Boo just almost swings on him, takes that fight. Shaders might be feeling a little bit nervous. Rien turning the tide once again puts that advantage further
Gunfights.
in the Heretics' control. Starzo now needs to connect a couple of shots. It's not going great. 360.
Style points.
Maybe he's playing the controller version. There used to be a 360.
Oh, where are we
click
going?
that would make you do
Are we
like a little
saving?
bit. I don't know if they have that in Valorant. I haven't played that version
I
yet.
don't think so. I haven't.
It needs to be added in. There you go.
I haven't downloaded it. I did hear that.
Console devs, you need a 360 button.
Nice shot by Wood again. Yeah, I heard that Marcus, one of
Okay,
the streamers
I'm
in here
safe.
today, I heard that he played.
Okay,
the console
Koya now
dev.
playing
The
for a best of
tournament,
one.
actually.
Is that's
10
Meg's
seconds
friend,
left.
right?
That's Meg's friend.
Meg's
indeed.
friend. Okay.
And,
Thanks for clarifying.
No problem. I should probably lead with that. But yeah, I believe he was on a team with Cairo. That's Haz's friend.
Oh.
And
wait, who? No, sorry,
Why is Mini Boo not on Julius? Because Woot was good at
Tom,
Jet,
guys. That wasn't me.
and Mini
Yeah,
Boo,
Nothing had a great time
I guess,
there. Well, we
doesn't
can
play
ask him
Jet
later
as
if
much.
If they got the 360 button in. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. And yeah, for Heretics, I guess they're back in the groove. Woot picking off some openings. We are seeing Koi, though, being able to deliver a few of those shots. Some of their returns, I mean, taking down Mini Boo here from afar, tapping him away on the A side. It's looked good at times. And they are going to call a timeout again. It was a decent lead. Now we've seen 4 out of the last 6 rounds go to Heretics. They're starting to pick.
Okay, Koi take a timeout.
TMV, do you think that Heretics map pool precludes them from winning an international tournament? They seem only good at Sunset and Bind. Split rotating helps though.
I think that's a fair point. I mean, obviously, Abyss will have to see. Maybe Heretics end up... If Heretics are the best Abyss team, then they're fucking cooking, aren't they? In my mind, if you have two... Their bind I wouldn't call dominant. Their bind is pretty good. If you can have 2 dominant maps, it doesn't matter. Even if the rest of the map pool you think like, ooh, it's a little shaky, no one else's map pool is probably going to be good enough to where that really matters. Like if you know you've got 2 maps that against anyone you will probably win, like 90%, then it really doesn't matter. Because if you're starting 1-0 up in a series, no one else's map pool is going to be strong enough across the board to where, like if you're 1-0 up, it's over for most teams.
Port of call for Koi.
So
Straight into the A
having
side.
a map like
Heretics getting
Sunset
good
for them
aggressive
where
themselves
like
as Mini
you
Boo
are
pushes
kind of
through.
forced to ban it, otherwise
Off
you're
the
just
road,
going to
takes
lose.
some pipes,
That
control.
is already a big
That's a decent
advantage,
head
even
peek.
if the rest of their map pool isn't that good.
Blade
If they
Storms
can
with
get good at
Bob.
Abyss, I think in
Ammo was
particular,
connecting
because
a
that's
lot
going to
of
be a
these
map
knives last
that,
time around.
you know, people probably
Two
aren't going to
targets
be as
close
good
to
at.
one.
You know, if they can figure out Abyss early,
So the
they'll be in a
rotations,
very
though.
good spot.
Look at Heretics on the way. We
But
have
their
seen Veggie back
Haven-
to mid, the reinforcements
well,
with Boo coming into the A side
if this
now.
does go to
They are
map
very
3, we'll
much
see
ready
their
for
Haven.
this attack to come through.
Because their Haven comp has to change
Crash
because
leading
it's
the
shit.
way. Not even going to cause that many problems.
Because
The
ISO
players
is
up top
shit.
and so far back, it
No.
just clears the corners for a second till that
Not
knock
as
comes
shit
in.
as Clove.
Yeah, that's the
Tomorrow's
thing.
video, by the
That
way, about
counter
Clove, did a little
was almost
study.
just held by Mini Boo.
And
now you've
Clove
thrown
is
in
shit.
your mosh. One of your mollies already gone.
Clove is
Obviously,
like
as I said, they've got
really
a lot more,
bad.
but you kind of want to keep
I'll
some of that
explain
for the
tomorrow.
post plant. Grabinho's also used his, and yet to really clear out any of the players within the site. Camo leading the charge again. So good for those entries. Another comes up for Grabinho, and as you can see, that thrash has been rehashed. And at the back of the site, there is a player completely
Actually,
detained, but they haven't actually been able to deal
survived
with
the
him.
detain.
Riens will live to fight
And he
another
gets
day,
2
and that
kills
might
after
be something
surviving
they
the
regret.
detain.
2
Holy
quick
shit.
kills. Camo needs to hit the shot, and he does.
Trade.
The trade is immediate. And now Starzo, post-plant, does have himself a molly, but now needs to take the fight.
A detained guy gets
They
3
detained
kills and you
Riens
lose the round. That's
15
tough.
seconds ago. Not killing him
That
is
is
the problem.
tough.
Next time they're going to try to follow up on that. Yeah, and you get why. Player on
course.
backside, they could swing you up on Heaven. They could swing down from spawn. Also, he can sneak his way into that little corner. Exactly what he was doing. You can see
That's
him
5.
slow
Yeah,
stepping
it's
in.
over.
The problem is, yeah, you give him a second
Unlucky
wind,
Koi.
and
Koi are
he
eliminated.
caught
GG's.
6-5. 1 round gap and a great recovery for Heretics. This started out very favorably for this attacking side.
soft
And like we
slap.
said, we didn't expect to see Heretics stay cold, even here on Icebox.
Oh, I'm not
for
talking
too
about in
long.
ranked, by the
They
way. I'm
definitely
talking
warmed
about in
up
pro
now.
play. Clove in
The
ranked
challenge
is
is there
probably
for
still
Koi to
very
beat them,
good.
pound for pound.
But in pro play, never pick Clove. I mean, no one in EMEA has picked Clove, I'm pretty sure.
And actually, Mini Boo's going to be the one
So at least the EMEA know what they're doing.
here with the operator. Main reason being the Blade Storm. Wanting that extra move.
You reckon the players know it's over? I don't think the players thought that they could win anyway, because the official broadcast is telling
it's
them that
only
they
a
can't.
head that's shown, but
But
Mini Boo doesn't miss those.
the official broadcast is
It
wrong.
helps having a superstar duelist that can also play a KO.
Although now, quite
Now that
right.
opening pick already going in the other direction. They're going to try and double back towards this A side, but you can see the man they're going to have to face is Woot with the Blade Storm.
It's because the EMEA is boring. Harsh.
Coming towards the end of the half. Woot 7 and 10.
The EMEA have generally this year been the teams that have cooked the most up, I would say. Particularly early on in the season, EMEA was fucking batshit. Remember all the Yoru that they were playing?
That's enough.
There was more Yoru than Jet.
When you've got a Hunter's Fury locked and loaded, can deny the plant, can get you back in, can cause a lot of problems, pushing the A side up against it as well. They are just waiting on the side of Heretics, allowing them in, and I think in just a moment, I'm curious to see, will we get the Hunter's Fury off tap? We will, yeah.
Well, unfortunate for little bro. He's not going to live to tell the tale, and even a tag onto Camo, which more importantly reveals his position. Having that little corner
4v3
can be something that
Uber still doesn't know.
Shock Dart not far away. He's left on just 45 HP, but he will still be standing. Shadow going to go aggressive. And again, these trades from Heretics are always so quick. They don't allow for anyone to really get away with anything up until Shados. Now it's left on Taboo, and he won't land the shot
7-5. I'm surprised that Heretics picked defense, but maybe their attack is shit. We're about to see.
Absolutely, yeah.
The best thing about EMEA though is there's no halftime break. That's the best thing. Abyss is in playoffs, yes.
And with a 7-5 scoreline, yeah. Like you said, what last time Heretics had 8 rounds?
I can't read. So they are normally better on their defensive. So it is, yes, it is 8-4, 8-2, 8-4, like 10-2. They have always been very good defensively on this map, and it was versus mates where they had the struggles on their attack. Now, I will say that I don't want to say that that's going to necessarily mean the be-all and end-all of this game. We know that.
What do I think is going to be the meta Abyss comp? What I would play, and again, obviously I haven't scrimmed the map, seriously, so I don't know exactly what would work, but if I had to guess, Jet, I would think would be 100% or close to.
But it has carried through.
So it's got an ISO shield.
That's just placed an inch back from
Sentiment, I actually still think, I think Killjoy is actually still the choice that I would go for, but
you just don't know the new
we might see some
He'll be
Cypher.
holding a gun soon.
What is this, a Cypher cam?
Yeah.
In terms of smokes, I think Viper.
Defensively, they have that bit of control on mid. Now they go.
I think Viper, you can get some. The smokes, I think, will be varied. I think the smokes will take a little bit of time to figure out because I don't think it's a clear Omen map, so it might take some time for people to figure out. You know, do they want Astra? Do they want Harbor? Do they want Omen still? Do they want?
That's free kills for the side of Koi, and they're right back into the
whatever. Silver, I think, is probably going to be very good, and then from there you've got, you know, some maybe some flex options.
Inside info, but the 3 number 1 T2 teams EMEA, won't say which, don't ask, are running Jet, Viper, Omen, Silver, Kyo.
The timing there from the side of
So they are still running Omen.
Maybe not expecting anybody
I mean,
to
that sounds somewhat close to Jet, Viper, Omen, Silver, KO. Wait, no Sentinel?
Because they just swing in dry. Well,
no Sentinel. That seems a bit.
Yeah, I think especially in that situation, what do we see?
I guess
after those first 2 kills came in, 2 seconds later, Shadow popped out the Dizzy, and I think that was the point of contact you'd expect.
I don't know if I would.
Is completely locked out of A. They've lost all control.
No Sentinel, no one goes mid.
They really
yeah, but then
usually
you just
want to have some
go
intel
mid
before they go in. Is there a player down below? Like in fact, we saw Rien's wait 10 seconds before going for a retake, so he'd have that reveal to
I mean, yeah, it's a shit map.
They didn't do that here. They went a bit unhinged.
Surely the Sentinel allows you to just put some Sentinel stuff in mid and then you just stack the sites.
Long for this world, unfortunately.
And you know you don't have to worry about it.
Forced back, Benji tagged up, and that's the, well, 1 of the Marshals in play. They've got 2 to work. Yeah, the tags are coming in. This is a lot of damage.
Silver will be 100%, I would have thought. It'll be like Breeze in that sense. Silver will be 100%. I would have thought that Jet will be close to, personally.
On Benji and Woot, it's basically Miniboo that has
you might get some Yoru, I guess, but
he's not in the greatest spot either for a.
Even I might play Jet on that map, and I hate Jet.
So low, he almost has to try and take the initiative, hoping that somebody makes a mistake, and they do not. Nice shot from Woot, though. That's going to be Shader's now. No way he checks the corner again. 2 players in the close corner is definitely a gamble, but it's one that pays off. Anything from here,
I mean, you say no Sentinel on a big
Be a
map.
large
No, but
amount
we
of
did
damage,
see teams like Gen G and
forcing
quite a
either
few others
rebuys
find
or a
success on
weaker
Breeze with no
purchase,
Sentinel, so
and he has seen
maybe
the
it is
player in the
possible.
corner.
Because it is a very big map, and Breeze,
I guess you think he's going to reposition.
you could
right?
argue that
You
Breeze had
assume he's
more
gonna
lurk
move, but he
opportunities than
didn't.
Abyss
Nine
does,
to five.
Assuming the
and yet
guy that
teams
eats
still found
salami
success with no
banana
Sentinel on that
sandwiches
map.
is gonna do the logical thing.
So
Yeah, like again, if I hadn't seen
there is
that
a
confirmed,
chance.
like with my own eyes, confirmed that's a thing he does, I wouldn't believe you, even still, even after the tweet.
But
But-
there is a recorded content piece where he almost triples down.
I don't
He's
know.
a big fan.
Salami and banana. I don't know who started mixing bananas and
That
meat.
just
but
that sounds like you
Why do I
have
hate
bread
Jet?
and 2 things left in your
I
fridge.
think Jet's not that good
it's
for the
the
most
only
part.
thing going for you.
And even then, you'd probably choose just
Like, no,
salami.
not that
Your
Jet
water
isn't
sandwich
good,
before
but
that. Goodness gracious.
the
Well, a little bit of aggression coming through, and I think flash for re-peeking.
like
I'm
little
not sure
stuff
when
like
they were gonna
that.
use that.
I just
Heretics
think since the
popping
jet
out just to slow
dash
them down, I
changes,
guess, but
the
no
jet
reswings
dash
in
is
the back.
heavy overrated.
McCoy, even
That on
still,
defense
they've
side,
Woot down
you
to 30
don't often
HP and
get
got a lot
value
of
from
info
it.
on the early play towards A. What you do with that
Like
from
if you
this
actually
point,
go
though,
through
is,
and track,
well,
like how often
I
do
guess
you
you're gonna
actually
go
use a
aggressive
jet dash
again,
on
see
defense
if they're
side
still
that
here.
gets you value?
Re-flash from Starzo. This will catch most
Which you would
players.
say, like in this round,
The problem
you know,
is it's
Koi
anti-flash
just did
from
get
Woot.
some value from a jet dash.
Wow, he actually just turns and fights. I wondered if they were going to throw a dizzy as well,
And then
because they
he
could have
just
double
died.
flashed
Yeah,
that
they could've.
and even retrieved one of them back. The swing from Boo doesn't really garner anything, but the ruse has not really been sold. 2 players still committed to either site. Koi,
You hate it because you're not good at it?
more
No,
so
I'm
in
not
their
good at
individual
Raze, but I think
ability.
Raze is very good.
That ability to trade, and while the knife is definitely going to give the game away, immediately you're going to see the steps.
Like even still, I
of
think
Shadow
Raze is really good.
look to move towards that side of the map. Starzo not connecting.
Yoru's
but
good.
Shadow's done well. Tagged desperately though.
And you don't want to mess
And
with the
while
TMV
not gonna
Yoru.
get out of there. A 2 versus 4 retake, definitely going to be tough, but as a bonus, they might just give it a go.
Yeah, I think you still roll the dice on this, especially someone's got to be
It's the
calling
best,
that they
the
tagged
worst
Woot
map in
pretty well.
Valorant. It's definitely up there. It's
Re-aggression from Camo
definitely up there.
towards
I mean,
Nest was,
if we
it's a
get
little
the
bit much that
full
late in the
post-plant
round to not
spam, if
have
someone takes
any
the
information to
post-plant
throw through
spam to
first
the
pick.
extreme,
And it's an attempt at a
then
stealthy
yes,
play that
Abyss
hasn't
will be the
quite
worst
worked
map
out.
in the pool by a mile,
These
which I know is
players
tough
tucked in,
considering that
just
Icebox
waiting
and
for the
Breeze
tap to
exist,
come
but
through. And from
like
that point,
it will be
there's gonna
worse
a
than
lot
anything
of
you've ever seen.
targets coming into your vision. Good luck to you, Grabinho. He's had a couple of 3Ks so far, but this time it's denied after 2. Heretics, 6 on the board. They're not going to fall behind by that much. The round gap
Did I
down
think
to
about
3.
updating the
It's
comps for
manageable.
Premier?
Yeah, they've still.
But the
they've made
Premier
it
stuff,
close.
I mean, that sounds
That's
like
at
an
least something.
off-season
They'll be
stuff.
purchasing back into this round.
And I probably will update it in the
relatively
off-season.
comfortable. Shadow again is going to have himself the thrash
But
available,
it
which
is what it is.
for the most part, unless they've got a very aggressive strategy that they want to try and throw in, it's just going to be used for retaking. But it doesn't mean they could potentially gamble on one side of the map, maybe use it even for information in the early round. On the other side, though, Heretics seem like
I
they're
quit Valorant for
already
1.5
very
years.
committed
What's
to an
changed?
aggressive
When was
A
1.5 years ago? When was that?
Very much
The
all
start
in
of
for that initial
2020.
fight at least. Already claimed
3.
control over pipes. Drone goes through.
So
and
lock
that means
in.
They're going to keep on going, taking all that space.
What changed
towards the
since
site.
lock-in?
It's an immediate retake. setup. Like they're
Loud aren't that
already
good anymore.
all 5 players outside of the site. Only goal is to delay. They're going to have themselves
Oh,
the volleys to
Yaze,
try and
Yaze,
slow that down
yeah.
as much as possible, and this is where Thrash will go in.
Now with 2 players down below, that's a big
terms of things
danger.
in the
Already
game,
caught one, but
the
there's
duelists are
plenty
more
here to
balanced, I would
provide
say.
Support, it's awkward, and it ends up with Koi having a big advantage to work around. No spike plant even still. It's dropped way in
teams
the
are
open.
better
and
now than
Banshee's
they
gonna
were
go
then.
swinging into it, just like Boo did. Doesn't look like he'll fall just yet.
Despite what people
Players
think, the
tucked in, ready
VCT
to swing
schedule
on the contact,
and
on the push
organization
forward.
is
They might even give
better.
him a bit of space. 50 seconds left. He could run
But
back if
don't
he wanted to.
keep that one quiet because
Stand
no one
looking for the
agrees.
fights. And there it is, offered up on a goal.
Okay, Heretics,
but
we're
take
actually
it
gonna
back just as
lose.
quickly. Koi
Man, imagine if Koi,
10-6.
won some of
Double
those
digits
rounds
acquired.
that they could have
Losing
won in the
previous
first half. We
is
actually
fine.
could have
They did
still been
damage
on.
now,
We could have
securing themselves
delayed
the win,
the
upsetting
oil
the rhythm of the early
messages.
half for Team Heretics, and putting themselves one step closer to taking the map. 1-0 up in
What
the
is my
series.
favorite map?
I know you said
Favorite
that
map in
bind and
pro
hate
play
favor Heretics, and I have to agree with you, but
Is
it's got to feel good to
Fracture?
have a tangible opportunity to take down the crowd that most people claim are the new kings.
I
Favorite
think
map
the
for
other thing
me
as
to
well
play
is
in
for
ranked?
Koi and for their individual players, this is a showcase. Like we know for them.
See, the thing is,
an
the maps that
the
maps that I have the highest win rate on are the worst maps. My win rate on Breeze and Icebox is just good. That's because I'm just a good Viper player. And if you have a good Viper player on Icebox and Breeze, you just win.
For them, this is a showcase, even if it's just of individual ability of their team.
Noeem,
right
thanks
now,
for the
they're
4
showing
months.
Doesn't matter who
No
they're
M?
up against.
Noeem?
We've seen it over
I'd
the
say
last few
Noeem.
weeks.
Haven, I
They can
do
fight
like
against
as well.
Now, for now, we're seeing this
A
presence.
I like
Spike is
defending on
down
split.
Outside,
Attacking on
back
split,
towards
I
the spawn.
find
So chances are
tedious.
there's not going to be a massive commitment here, but when you have a lower buy like this, you're going to take some gambles. I'm actually not sure how Boo survived that. Look, it was a headshot. I guess it was just through the corner of the box.
Yeah, a little bit of environmental armor helped him out.
Aren't you a
Rifle
goated
retrieve
silver
for
player?
Benji, fishy
I don't know where you got
space
that info
taken.
from. No,
The
not
spike's
at
a
all.
little late to the party, so they're not quite able to get themselves immediately onto the site. It allows for a setup from Koi. You can see Shados and Starzo sitting outside this B site, but they'll be blocked out by the wall.
He's
thanks
the
to
best
Boost
jet
still
I've
being
ever
alive.
seen.
Space will be taken.
Better than yours,
Knife will
Mel.
give the information. One up close. Here
That's
comes
for
Summer's
sure.
Fury. Run through
That's not
blind.
hard.
It's caught one tag. There's a kill as well, and it's followed through.
My
on top.
Sova on
Shadows in the
Fracture
meantime,
though
he
is
picked
good.
up two, tanked the
My
Hunter's
Sova
Fury
on
forward,
Fracture, I'm like
despite the
fucking
plant
calm.
being down.
Remember when
Boo,
calm was good on
still
Fracture
low
on
from
Sova?
earlier, only has
That's
Rienz
like
to
me.
back him up. The numbers thinned out. Boo. Oh, he's hungry. He's looking for the fight. That
Oh,
spam
he
is
gave it where he
dangerous.
was.
Stuck in a corner? Hey, I mean, rolling the dice is one way to put it. Boo's all alone, and they know where he is. They'll tap this spike, pull him into the open, and take him down. Just one bullet needed.
Shados has been clean.
2
Showsy!
years new badge
Really,
whoop whoop
really
still
clean.
waiting
Like,
for
I'm
Senti
still
and
having
Vivo.
flashbacks to that 0.0
Well, we'll see.
second clutch
We'll see
versus
one day,
Na'Vi.
maybe, Showsy. But
even
thank you for
with
the
some of these
24
scenarios,
months. And
he was
Crazy
being
Cat
pushed
1000,
by
thanks for
two
the
players.
Prime.
I think they took away his utility.
I mean,
and he
yeah,
was being hit by a Hunter's
normally
Fury.
I don't
He survived
analyze
the round.
Icebox that heavy anyway, but in a game that doesn't matter too much.
The guy is 17-7 right
What a
now.
blunder! What a
How's
win!
Koi winning? I thought they were
Like,
mid.
maybe
Turns
it's
out
an
Heretics
idea.
are frauds.
think
Who
Koi
would have
hasn't
thought?
gone amazingly. I do think there's
Their
gonna be
Icebox
a
is
lot of
pretty
teams
bad.
looking at Shadows just going, hey, this is a previous champion. This
Your
is a
clip
guy
from
who's
Haven
been there,
gives you
done that,
goated
got the
silver
t-shirt.
status.
I mean, I think I
He's still,
played
like,
that
putting up
fine.
numbers against the
I
best of
think
the
I
best.
played it fine.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that'd be
I've
devastating
seen
if we
some of
don't
you
see it
play
in
Throw
the
City. I
EMEA
think you
action.
forget
That's
this.
devastating.
I've
Guys
seen some of
should
your
do
Throw City clips,
Well,
and you get on me.
Redcars floating around.
Yeah, Defo is in the
Shados,
tier 2
Defo's
somewhere,
here,
you know?
Anyway, yeah, not looking good for Heretics. I mean, they were mentioning Tom and Mitch that their attack side wasn't the best. Well, that's it's come up.
I missed 1 week of VCT and now Koi are beating Heretics. What did I miss?
Well, the truth is, and again, Koi are gonna end here. Like, let's say Koi somehow, let's say Koi win this game. I mean, even if they lose this game, they're gonna end with at least 3 wins, if not 4 wins, right? Like, if you said at the start of the season, hey, Koi, they're gonna go 4 and 6, you'd be like, well, okay, they're gonna be okay then, right? I think it's just because they started bad that everyone thinks, oh, they must be shit. But the truth is, Koi,
that's gonna set them up nicely moving into bind. Splash.
they weren't completely ass.
Players from further back and getting involved in the action. But
They,
the
like,
fights are
with
still
a bit
going.
more
Heretics
firepower,
second
they
flash,
actually could have
and the
been
swing
okay.
cancelled before it even
Like an
starts.
actual,
Gorgeous stuff from
I think that
Benji.
they are lacking a
Far
bit of
back.
firepower a
4
bit, but
versus
they're
2.
actually not that
And now
bad.
the world is Heretics oyster. They can go wherever they want. Group up, take the spike.
Like, and I think that this
Blast
is
in.
going to
He's pumping
happen.
the brakes.
Like, some teams are going to
Purpose.
start
Starts to
shit,
second guess if
but
hits
by
him
the
coming
end
on
of the
beat. Now,
season,
though,
most
tight.
teams are probably not going to be completely dog shit. I mean, even with last year, you kind of saw that, right? Like, with 100 Thieves losing to MIBR, right? Like, by the end of the year, most teams aren't shit. You have, like, maybe 1 or 2 teams across all the regions that are going to be shit at the end, but, like, at the start of the season, there's going to be a lot of shit.
This is Valorant.
But then you play, like, as long as if they don't make roster moves,
7. Twice.
Like eventually you're just gonna play together so long that you like,
could force him back, but
you know, you're not gonna be completely dog.
just waiting. He's going to try and use this
Where the
time
fuck
when
did that
wall's
knife
gone
go?
down. Spots both players, and the first shot is immediate, but thankfully for the side of Heretics.
Noxy Noctis, thanks for the 14
I was
months.
looking at the mini map there. I was like, oh, he's about to get hit by the knife. But I think
Like
it
that's the
landed
thing.
on
If
the
you're an
frame
org
above.
who wants to make
Unlucky.
champs, really your
There's a
split
few
one, you
environmental
should just be
hazards
trying
flying
to
that
like
the sky
survive
is
long enough.
not skies,
You know,
amazing.
just hope that you can survive, stay in the mix. Right,
Yeah,
just
I
make
think
sure that your
overall,
split
early
one
fights,
is like
they were
not
set
a
up to be bit
disaster,
more dangerous, but
so
it was
that,
looking
you know,
at
when it
Heretics how
comes
a
to
lot of their
split
players
two,
locked in behind.
and
They don't
hopefully
get
you've
caught
had
by
enough
the
time to
flash,
improve
don't
that,
get caught by Dizzy, they're swinging
you know,
in,
you can then
and
be
able to
good
take the
enough
fights
to
from
make
front.
the playoffs and, you know, make a push for
You
champs.
lose the game. It's an FBS game.
Shimin, thanks for the 10 months.
digits.
Bring it across the line. Still a 4-round gap though. Plenty of opportunities for Koi, and Camo's creating his own. Viper's pit activated.
11-7, Camo, you gotta hit
He's looking
that,
to get out
son.
of there. The pit's covered his retreat.
Yeah, I guess not many people would be expecting that.
I mean, they
If
could
a
just lock
Viper's
down
pit
this
goes
pit if they
down
wanted to.
immediately And a guy with an operator goes over the top of it. He's trying to find an angle. Shots through not connected right now. Well, it seemed
did
like
it seem?
Heretics were going to try and play through the pit, but they've definitely thought better of it. On the other side of the map.
I mean, they could
leave
just lock down it.
Shadow somewhat alone. Like, this
I
is
guess there
peculiar
is a
setup. You've
chance
got a
they could
Viper's
shoot
pit,
it,
you've got
but
an operator jet, and you have two
like,
other
you do
players.
have to
They
kinda
were
have
almost
someone in the
certain,
pit
it
here.
seems, that this was going to be a
they changed over
commitment.
the op, yeah, they give the
Well,
op
actually,
to
they've
Shadow.
swapped that operator so that Camo can get up in their face.
Okay, no, we're just gonna leave Benji here. Maybe we'll still use the lockdown.
Benji,
Just
I
as a
wonder
fake.
if you'll even get a fake
You should run.
Yeah.
lockdown. Yeah, okay. All right, there it is.
Will
Fake
they try and
lockdown, put
destroy
into
it?
play. This
Oh,
is to
they
cause
force out
problems.
the other.
We get the
That's
lockdown on the
even
other
better.
side, but there it is. Two players spotted. Information that this is not being committed to, and the peek out. It's a nice one from Camo, but he missed it. Saw it on the minimap just barely, allowing
Oh, so he
Benji
actually
Fishy
did
to
detain the
thread
jet.
the needle and get back towards his teammates. Fight on sight, sees Shadow tucked up. He can't get involved in
Get
these
the
duels
spike
as much as
down.
he wants to. The plan's being conceded, and the wall will cover the fallback.
Okay, Starkso has his ult
I think
in
maybe they were
response.
hoping that lockdown might be available here. Committed as a counter to the
But he's
opponent.
too
Now
far
they
back
have
to
try and
suppress
just
them deep.
Fight this one without those extra ultimates. Shados not able to land that shot. In the passive position.
Oh my
so
goodness.
he does get one eventually. Re-ends with the trade
The
again.
fuck does
but
Camo
it
think's
is
going
Koi
on?
coming out on top here. That
Need to
time
get on
is
it, though.
ticking though. And a lot of low HP players. It has to be the swing. And in the end,
Oh, well done by
nothing
Koi.
found. Koi
Okay,
are
GG.
gonna get themselves a 12th round onto the board. 5 chances to take a
TMV,
map
no
of
way you're
Heretics.
missing the legendary match of Liquid
Obviously, it's
versus
their choice,
Fnatic
but
to
even
watch
still, come
Southgate
back to me at the beginning
snooze
of split one
And
and tell
also,
me
yeah,
this
is
was
still
gonna
easily
happen,
still the
I'd
best
called
in the
you mad.
world.
Hey, you come back to me at the end of split one, even still.
Whatever you
At
say.
the start of split two,
Whatever
the
you
end
say.
of split two. We got a lot of time. I don't think there's a time frame you could bring this up that I'd give you the time of day, but here we are. 5 chances. And in this round as well.
Man,
great
imagine if
stuff from
Koi could have won
Starzo.
some of
He
these
might be bottom
rounds.
of the scoreboard, but my God,
If they
pops
win bind,
the
if they win
ultimate,
bind
simple as
convincingly,
anything else.
I'm gonna
But
fucking
16
lose my
assists is
mind.
one thing. And then also stopping Boo from putting down the Viper's pit. This could have been a turning point in the game for Team Heretics. Site control advantage, pit down to play
Wait,
off of.
WTF,
Instead,
Koi
they
is
found
winning?
Nothing for their trouble. That's the head spotted, but they've seen him too. Camo falls back. It's
Yeah.
the wise play.
I think realizing that anybody could have crossed over that angle already.
Yeah, it's pretty rough for Heretics. I mean,
Also
they
been spotted. Woot now seemingly
I
convinced
just don't know
this
that
time.
good,
I
if I'm
remember
being honest. The
Mini
defense
Boo running
side
past an angle that they'd already
was
cleared.
okay,
This time,
I suppose,
they're trying
but
to
not
clear an angle
amazing.
that
And then
no
this
longer has
attack side, it
anybody
feels
on
like Koi always
First
know where
kill
they're
goes
going.
the
They
way of
always
Camo.
have 4 people on the side that
and the
they
buy
hit.
is not fantastic.
They're-
The updraft actually saves
Like
Woot.
little micro plays don't look
Well, he lives to fight
amazing.
another day. Benji, while this has been going on, is trying to make a
You know,
play
now
through
they're
middle,
worried
but
about what's
there is a turret
pushed up on
blocking
B.
it.
I like the reaction from
He has to
Heretics.
destroy the
As
turret
soon
in
as they
mid.
realize that Grabinho has pushed B because the turret got contact, all 3 players are sprinting back. They're looking to take this fight, to isolate the player who got aggressive.
do you go?
The push
Yellow
up
is
now
in-
by Benji, having made it through the kitchen.
Not
There's
the
nowhere
place
to
I
go.
would have gone,
You
but
see Grabinho, he realizes he's stuck.
Probably would have taken
Has
that
to take
fight
the
early.
fight, and he will not stand.
so when you're in yellow,
for the
he
late
could
round.
be
The
coming
plant's
behind you and
instead
you
coming
don't
through.
know.
Viper's pit online available.
Now this is tough though.
I
This
think
should
gonna
be an
utilized
easy
from on
win
top
from
of
here.
the
I
box.
think
We
you
see
got to
this quite a
stick
lot. There
around
it
and
is.
play a bit more
That's a
aggro. Once
huge
this gets
defensive
destroyed,
tool for Heretics now
you
as
got to
they
stick
look to lock
around
down
this kind of
spot
area
for the late round.
and just
They also
fight
left
them here.
Benji aggressive. This spot has caught out Shadow. Some of that
we
retake
Koi
utility
saving
is now
this?
gone, and for
Yawn.
the side of Koi, I think they've actually decided just to hold on to their economy. I don't mind it. You've got multiple chances to
it's
get
right
this
call.
one over the line. You've got an operator. Do you really want to try and risk it?
Technically,
through a
this is
Viper's
the right
pit
play, but
with
it's
the man
very boring.
disadvantage? No. So they're going to play this one
Because again,
safe,
when you're on 12,
not
your
take the
economy
risk.
is the only thing that
Well, it does
matters
mean the
really at
Heretics
this
will
point.
get there first on what needs to be a 5-round
So you should
streak.
preserve your
Well, I think
economy
this is Koi just
more. You should
learning
save
from the
more in
trauma
general
of
when you're on
losing
12.
big leads, right? I think Vine coming up next is a great example for them as well. They'll be thinking back to what happened before. I think they were 11-3 up, ended up losing the map, and granted against Fnatic, but I think for this squad, they know now. They've learned.
No,
it the
this
hard
does
way.
not have
You
Abyss.
play
The
the
first
numbers, you
Abyss
play the
games we'll see
percentages
will be
all
in
the way down to the
Pacific, I
wire.
think.
And in this instance, well, it's the counter
Pacific.
of what we saw in the previous round. All right.
Don't think that
The
was
most excited I've ever seen a coach when he
Yes,
hears
we
the,
saved once.
that's
Get
it.
in.
He heard the IGL go, guys, they had the pit down. Maybe we should say
Yes.
You know, that's when you can tell your teachings are working. Barbar's a happy man today.
Oh god.
I like it.
We've seen this fight before though, and I will be honest, I want to see a flash this time because they've attempted it. It's only for the fallback, and while you peek into Whoop without anything, the chance of you finding that kill.
How many
a slim
times?
to
How
none.
many times?
That's already going to be the operator down, saved seemingly for no reason. And Heretics just keeping things
Tex, are you
calm.
excited to see Liquid?
Slowly
think they
taking
will
control
win?
on the other side of the map. Now, I think they've started to note as well that Grabinho, a lot of the time, is left on his own, already pre-firing the angle. He's been playing with his one-way smoke and
You think they will?
doesn't force a rotation yet, but it is going to be in the back of the mind.
Hold on, during the break, I'll look at, like,
He is left.
if Liquid win,
No
are they
man's
just
land.
in? I'll take a look at it for the other teams. I've only been looking at it from a Koi
Still
perspective.
contact around mid, no opportunity to go for the flank. Koi instead. The bolster down the site defense and caught reloading is not the way to start. And Shadow down and out of the round. Starzo, Shados.
We'll
close
take a look
by,
at it from
Grabinho on
every
the other
team's
side of the map.
perspective of
Someone
what they
needs to
need.
step it
Hoya
up.
now
Best
out.
chances are when they're making
So
their
that's
way
one
through that
gone.
choke point, but the shots don't land.
This one
Big
didn't matter that
problems
much for
brewing.
BBL.
And
The Liquid one
CTs,
does. They are just going to
defenders,
save again.
they're outta
Fuck me.
here.
Right, what's the
They'll see
saving? I'll
this
just fucking take
through
a
to
look
the
at it.
next round with 3 rifles. At least they'll hope for it.
Right, for Team Liquid then.
Back-to-back saves has got to be a little bit frustrating. Like these aggressive plays now, I think have just
If
become
they
too
win-
telegraphed, but also I don't like the fact that they're not using their utility for it.
So
Like,
Koi are out,
especially
Giants are
when you
out.
have a dizzy,
Liquid
like,
win.
You can literally throw it, bounce it
They'll
off
be
the
ahead
wall
of
so it
mates,
comes
they'll be
back, or
ahead
you
of
can just throw it
BBL.
up in the air to potentially flash
Navi
someone
could
deeper
win.
and then go for a slightly
But
shallower peak.
did Team Liquid
Instead,
beat
it's just,
Navi?
okay, can Camo win a fight versus someone holding an angle?
No.
And he doesn't know which angle they're holding.
Okay, Team
Like,
Liquid
it's
didn't
just
beat Navi.
such a hard duel to win, and sure, he's been great, but it just seems so.
But if
optimistic,
Vitality beat
especially when you
Calming
have
Core and
two
both of
players
those
with
win, both
flashes
of
on
them
that
are in
side,
anyway.
holding this gun
Calming
might
Core
be
win will have a
difficult,
three-way
especially now that
tie.
Shados is facing the wrong
A
way.
three-way tie.
One
Did
save
Navi beat
ends up
Calming
just
Core?
being one gun kept.
I'd like to see what Barbar
Oh,
thought about
Navi
that.
beat Calming Core.
Jumping for joy.
So if
as they
all
got the one
these
across
three
the line.
win,
He's over the moon.
The calf work's been
Liquid would be.
Suppose.
Wait, did Liquid beat Calming
No,
Core?
I don't know why for a second I thought we were going to cut to Barbar.
Liquid beat Calming Core. They would be in.
Just have PTSD
So
of
if
the
everyone wins,
cam. Instead, we're going to get a Koi pause.
Calming Core out.
It's only been a couple in a row. A little bit less energetic on the other side.
Got a timeout as well.
I think it's the right call as well.
So if everyone wins, Calming Core out. If Liquid win and one of them lose. So yeah, if Liquid win, they are in. Yeah, if Liquid win, they are in. Because if it's a three-way tie, they're in. And if it's any two-way tie, there's 2 spots anyway, so they're good. Oh, Vitality would be 5-5 as well. Oh, yes. Hold on. So no, we take back what I just said. If everyone wins, then they're 5-5 as well, which means then there is no fucking head-to-head, which means it would only go on maps, which then means that they would still be in because Navi would be out. They're still fine. Navi would then be out. You would be gone if everyone wins. Because they have to be at least 11 and 12. You can max be 11 and 13. So they're still good. If they lose, it gets complicated because then it depends on everyone else.
very much ready for the crunch off Grabinho's contact. The only thing we're missing.
So if they are winning in,
Yeah, the knife, I think, just caught the entirety of the team.
Liquid are winning in.
Dart in an attempt to clear. Camo just about escapes. Going to be tagged low on HP, but so
Didn't
far,
Navi
so
beat them
good.
all? In a 4-way tie, I don't think
Side of
it
Heretics,
goes
that
at all
part
on
needs
that. I
to
think it's
come
just
through.
straight
It
map
will.
diff
They're not going to be able to deny it.
first.
All that utility not working out for them.
If they all
Just very
lose,
preemptively used just to try and catch them on the
I
way
think
back
BBL
in.
are in a
Again,
pretty
another
good
tag
spot.
hit.
If everyone loses, BBL I think are the most likely because I think they're
Nice
mapped.
opening.
I think Calming Core and
Goes on to
BBL
move
are in the
from
best
up top.
spot
Shadow
if everyone
trading out
loses.
of leads. Benji staying around for the fight. I mean, now we go back to the post plant. These players tucked in, not wanting to take fights, but Wood has no other choice. He's pushed out by utility. The snake bite brings him to the open. Denial of the defuse, and now they took away. On time alone, they should
Again,
have it.
they
And
keep
that
saying
shot
that
dart might
Vitality
even
aren't
confirm
guaranteed
it,
in.
and it does.
I'm fairly
On
certain
the
they
money
are.
for Rians.
I'm fairly certain there is no way Vitality cannot make it. One, I mean, it'd be super unlikely anyway, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. Yeah, if everyone loses, BBL's map differential is -3. Yours would be worse. Liquid's could also be -3, but their round diff would be worse than BBL. Because they'd have to... Well, actually, that isn't true. Hold on. That isn't true. Because they could win a map 13-0 and lose 2 close maps. So their round diff could be better than BBL. Unlikely, but could be. Calming Core would be in the best spot because their map diff will be the best. So if everyone loses, Calming Core are in, guaranteed. And BBL or Liquid would be in. But also then Gentle Mates would come into account as well. Actually, Gentle Mates then would come into account because they would have to beat Navi. So actually they could be in. Huh. So, depends. Depends on exactly
The rifle on the other
who's
side of the
going
map
in.
might even start.
Koya throwing this. Sorry, I'm not
Look at
really
the
watching it, but
economy doesn't really
Feels-
need
yeah.
to save. Yeah,
Kinda
and he
funny,
goes
right?
for it.
This was an
1v5.
eco.
Good luck.
Planted.
And now he pops the Bladestone.
Vitality,
well,
Vitality are confirmed in.
Have
I'm
words.
fairly
Okay, he gets
certain.
2 more.
But I don't think
Bladestorms.
there's any
Alright, okay.
situation
Run away.
that would lead
That's
them
the
to be
right
worse
for a
than other
second.
teams.
Rian's went, I'll trade you.
I think.
No.
Nah.
Play the numbers, play the time.
Yeah, it's not like the economy matters so much. It's more so just making sure that round is going to be confirmed. More sat back. Nano Swarms. He also has both shock darts
They haven't even
available to
nanoed,
him.
yeah.
So it really is just a nasty position to try and get anything done from for Camo. Again, earning an extra credit or 2 every time he gets himself a kill, but that is going to be all she wrote. A nice few shots,
Okay.
but the round still
12,
goes to the
11.
Heretics. They needed 5 in a row. They're 80% of the way there.
You know, it must have been heartbreaking for Koi realizing that
We're just fucking
playoffs is
wasting
out
as
of
much
reach,
time as we
but
possibly can.
I think even more heartbreaking will be having this last hurrah,
Enemy remaining.
having the
What
lead.
about more heartbreaking?
More recent.
You think Navi will make it?
At least.
Navi have to
You know,
win a
time
game
heals
to
all
make it.
wounds.
You
They've
realize
had a
that,
few days
Cookie,
to
right?
think about the playoffs.
Cookie
But I
Rival,
think
you know that
and
Navi
also, I mean,
have to
a few weeks
actually
ago, they
win
were thinking It was
something.
gone anyways.
You know, they haven't won a map this whole
Camo,
split.
Bladestorm active up close, knives in, but
Oh,
so is the op.
Koi.
And that's the shot they needed to see.
Oh,
Wu
Koi.
landing it onto Camo puts a 5v4
You haven't
play.
lost this, Koi,
Although the orb for
surely.
Shados does at least give them a lockdown, and I think with that they'll just play a bit more passive around that A angle, stack up B, and look to play retake on A if they need.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like if it ends up on B,
Does Heretics
that
get anything for
lockdown,
winning? Not
It
really.
can be avoided so
They
easily.
they get a championship point, which
Wu
again
having a
could
Bladestorm
matter.
as well alongside his operator means
but
that
probably
there's
won't.
so many extra angles he's going to be able to fight from. But that's why they've stacked up this side of the map. They know that this will be the tougher to hold. Peak looking like it could go through from Grabinho. Timing is perfect. Flash is even better.
Koi?
Leaves 2 completely
Have
blind,
lockdown
but
now.
even
3v3 lockdown is pretty good.
But more importantly, he's got 2 on the deck.
You know the 2
Ready
players
up.
are here.
Shadows going to start running back. In fact, the rotation is almost completely there. It seems like Starzo just wanted to make sure there was an alert coming through mid, and now Grabinho's back in his trusty spot again.
Well, they still have the lockdown, still have nades, still have a snake bite. They can delay this plant by quite a bit.
30 seconds left.
Allow those rotations to come in from the rest of the squad.
Who does get it down? 3v3. Now you do have a lockdown.
They still.
So Heretics gonna play aggro here?
Yeah, they have nothing to protect their back, but I guess it's more time-based. You want to be grouped up. Starzo makes the call to move back to site just at the right
Oh, that's
time.
big for Shadows. He wins. He
finding
lives.
the fights. Here it is. They might have been broken-hearted before, but they'll avoid that recent heartbreak at least. 12 to 11, and just Woot to deal with it. It is a big task, I'll give you that. But a few big shots needed, and the Bladestorm won't find anything. A second lease of life,
GG.
and finally
All of that,
connected.
what a fake
It might have been
comeback. 4 rounds in a row just to lose. Couldn't be me. Imagine faking a comeback. It's a shame. Shame on you. Can I make a visual chart for easier understanding? Well, I don't really understand it myself. So here's what I can tell you. Right? Here's what I can tell you. Foot and Heretics are the guaranteed top 2 seeds. These two are the top 2. Fnatic are in. Vitality are in. We are playing for the last 2 slots. Giants are out. Koi are out. Calming Core. I have a pretty good chance of making it, to be honest. Calming Core, there's only one way that they don't make it, which is if they lose and both Liquid and Navi win. I think. I'm pretty sure that's the only way that Calming Core don't make it. Unless there's some kind of 3-way tie, but Calming Core would have had to have beaten Vitality. They then would need... Did Navi or Liquid beat both Vitality and Calming Core? You are in. Did you beat both Calming Core and Vitality? No. Did you? Maybe. Oh, Navi did. But does that matter? No, because you would have had to lose. Yeah, so the only way that Calming Core don't make it is if you lose and these both win. That's the only way that Calming Core don't make it. So unlikely. So Calming Core are pretty likely to make it. So for the most part, we probably are playing for 1 spot. For Liquid, as I said, they're just winning in, I'm pretty sure. They're winning in and lose and out. They're winning in and they're losing out. Wait, actually, hold on. Can you? If you lost, so let's say you lost 2-1, you would be 10 and 13. If you lost 2-1, you'd be 9. You'd be 10 and 13, but with worse rounds. Okay. So yeah, it gets a. They're not exactly losing out. But they would have to lose, if they were to lose and still make it, Team Liquid. If Team Liquid lost, they would need Navi to lose. And they would need Navi to lose 2-1 to Gentlemates. Has to be 2-1. Because otherwise Gentlemates' map diff would be better than yours. I guess if... Right, they have to match. Okay, I guess here's what it is. It's more complex than that, to be honest, isn't it? They have to basically not lose 2-0, and Gentlemates would have to win exactly 2-1 for Liquid to make it still. And also, they would have to somehow make up 8 rounds. So they'd have to lose like 13-11, win a 13-0 for them, and then lose like this again, right? So that they could make up the rounds. In fact, that would be what? -4. So they'd have to basically lose 2 very close maps and also win a map ultra convincingly to be ahead of BBL. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you're in, you're in, you're in, you're in. You're almost certainly in Calming Core unless you lose and both of these win. Calming Core in. Liquid are practically winning in and losing out. And then from there, depending on what Liquid do, if Liquid win, it's pretty much over. If Liquid lose, then if Na'Vi win, they're in. If Na'Vi lose to Gentlemates, then it depends on what score Gentlemates beat Na'Vi by, because then it's between BBL and Gentlemates. That's how it works. But basically, Carmine Core are almost certainly in, and if Liquid win, they're in. And only if Liquid lose does it get complex between these final three. And then it kind of only depends on the result of this game. If you're a BBL fan, though, this will be pretty funny. So Team Liquid are out. Well, they could beat Fnatic. If they win, then Fnatic have nothing to play for. If Liquid win, they are in. If they lose, they technically aren't out, but almost certainly are. So you might as well just say that they are, because it would have to be so specific the way that they lost to still be in after they lose. It would be like Koi's situation, where there's just no way. So yeah, Liquid pretty much winning in, and Na'Vi have to hope that Liquid lose, and then if they win, they're in. When is this Na'Vi? I mean, this Na'Vi game might not mean anything. It's tomorrow. That game might not mean anything at all, but it could mean the last playoff spot if Liquid lose. And then when do you play? You play tomorrow as well. So we'll know by tomorrow then. Yeah. What's the game on Friday then? Oh, there is no game on Friday. Oh. Huh. Playoffs start on Friday for Pacific. Huh. I thought that would have started Saturday, but okay. Well, be there Friday then. Early Friday. Playoffs. First Abyss games. Gen G are single elimination. Ooh. Okay, that's good to know. Good thing this is a TMV PSA. Pacific starts on Friday and not Saturday like normal. Have I talked about Primi? I don't know who the fuck Primi is. I don't watch clips. The only clips I watch are fucking Throw City. How are the Ascension teams doing? We got Revenant Esports from South Asia. Oh, this is SK Rossi's team. Imagine if fucking Barca make it. Who's on Barca's team? I don't know these players, to be honest. God, imagine if fucking Barca made it to fucking VCT. God, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Has anyone made the Americas one yet? Americas, it's in Mexico. Let's fucking go. That's cool.
If Na'Vi all of a sudden make a run to champions, will you have a slight amount of hope restored in them?
I mean, what chances would you give Na'Vi of making a run to champs at this point? I'll play global quick. I've got a time to get in global before they start. Iraq. 1385. Could
This
be Europe,
is
could be
Valorant.
Africa. Yoshi Gale, thanks for the 20 months. Could be
Percent
Asia.
chance of Talon winning champs.
0.1.
You get shot, you lose the round.
Bison
you lose
and
the
streams,
game. It's
thanks
an
for 5
FPS
months.
game.
TMV, me and Bova are debating on which VCT player will be the first die by falling off on Abyss. I think it'll be Devi. He thinks it'll be Jeng. What are your thoughts?
I think it will be Governor. Okay, so probably Europe. Hmm. $190 from Tunisia. 190. Could be Italy, but that wouldn't be 655 away from you. It's not Malta, is it? Trying to fucking trick me with Malta.
Heretics comp, or should I call it the 100 Thieves comp, it's just proven to be the best.
Okay, we got 100 Thieves comp against KO Gecko version. They love a KO Gecko in Koi. How's the weather? It's 21 degrees here in the UK. And cloudy, or at least where I am. It's 21 degrees. It says on the little thing on my computer here. So, pretty mild. Like good. Like that's a good weather, I think. 21. Do you want me to translate that for the Americans? Probably in the 70s, I would have thought. 60s. Almost 70. Literal.
At first seed
Perfect weather.
up against,
Yeah, pleasant.
but looking to try and dodge a Fnatic that would be playing later today up against Liquid.
Yeah, and of course, Miniboo back on the duelist, had a great performance on Icebox. Let's see what his Rays can do here. The desk, they believe
My
in the
bedtime is
upset.
at
Mitch and
9
Tom, I wanna
p.m.
hear from you.
Do you think if I asked Big Football nicely,
Definitely
they'll make
possible.
the
You know,
England
looking back
game
at the
only
last
1
map, I'm
hour
sure
long?
Heretics are going to be thinking, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Big
But,
football, big
let's see if this
UEFA.
next map hits a little
I
different.
don't
This is
think
where we
so,
give the
Kenna.
favor
Why
over
should?
to them.
What do you mean you
Top
have a
line and Haven seem to
bedtime?
be their maps. Do you believe in the reverse
How
sweep?
old are you?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Especially starting off with Bind, as it was said on the
Because you
desk,
really
like, the
should
streak,
probably
I
be
think
like at least
they're
16
now,
to.
What, it's like 5 wins in a row. Last time they lost was to G2. They've had really dominant halves, especially over on that attack side. I think they've won 68% of attack rounds this year on this map, and a lot of times they end up starting there. Not this time. I can
I
understand.
have you in the
why Koi
background while I'm doing
opted to
homework,
go
so you
onto
can
that
actually
attack
yell out
side,
the
but
score once in a while.
I
Bro, you
think
can't
that
even
Koi
fucking use your eyes just to
have shown
quickly
that they can
glance.
definitely battle on this map. It's whether they can close.
I wake up
TNVU
at
is the
5:30 to
hurricane of
feed
European
pigeons.
Valorant.
They have
Go
2
England.
chances to do so. Moving out
The
of
hurricane of
Not
Valorant.
gone well
What,
to
someone
start
who's
this
old,
off.
washed, and
Duelist down
slow.
and out and trapped in the corner, flashed up. Shadow didn't last long either. Grabinho falling back.
Nice shot,
picking them off as
Grabinho.
he does. He's
Ooh!
making it doable. Already taken 3. He's on 100 HP still with Wu low, and he's good as well.
Ooh!
That's 4 kills for Grabinho. And Boo left to
Grabinho.
clutch this out. Last map, there was a pistol for Heretics, 5v3, it felt good, and it fell apart. Now, this is a little bit more ridiculous, all at the hands of one man. It could be an ace to kick off the map. It looks like it will be. Grabinho
An ace
taking
to
them
start.
all down. That's 1-0 for Koi.
How we've already spoken about players sort of playing for next year, I guess. Like looking to try and get themselves that contract, be it in this team or another. Grabinho trying to make a case here. This was wonderful. The reposition after every single fight. Heads popped it. Okay, well, we didn't really need that one. We could have just
remembered
had the last couple of bullets, but yeah, an ace to kick things off for Koi. Fantastic start. All orbs, of course.
Okay,
being built.
another pistol
And it's
round
gonna
very
be
similar to the first one.
economically a bit of an awkward spot for Heretics. They're not going to have anything in this round.
The only thing that'll haunt Grabinho is that last kill, that's where it pops up base. That's the one you want to clip, and well, might just show the other 4 on socials.
Going in his montage.
Just cuts to a screenshot of it saying ace. Yeah, I got the last guy too. You see that? There's the headshot.
No, you just edit
Freeze
out
frame.
the first like 10 bullets.
Do the
It
English get
shows.
suntans
Still
at
got a
20
few left in
degrees
the bag,
Celsius?
but
I mean,
yeah,
the
yeah,
sun
but,
isn't
you know,
out.
yeah,
It's still
You gotta do some
cloudy.
detective work
He
then.
was like breaking some
So it's
mutants or
just
something.
kind of warm.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, don't worry.
It was
Some
actually
pro say
behind
EMEA, we need 6 more. No, you need to be
blue, you just
watching
didn't see it.
TMV when TMV is
Wanted to
on.
make sure
Lots of
nothing
utils
went
still
wrong.
online there. Well, they're on their way through to A and already found a lot of space. For Heretics, obviously they're tucked in corners. They got weaker weapons to work with, hoping a flank gets them some value. I don't think they were going to get anything in Lamps or U-Haul.
Is this
Some
the
people
Fury
call it.
versus 100 Thieves
But
equivalent?
no, good
Yeah,
clearance.
but
The problem is
Fury
that
are
flank.
winning.
Sure, it's spotted. One
And
element of it
Heretics
is
are
one
way better
leg
than 100
is
Thieves.
swept out from under them, and Grabinho finds the
Or
other.
maybe they're not
Beautiful stuff.
anymore. Who knows?
Hell of a start for him. The Brimstone, yeah, Tom, you're circling it. He already has the ult online. Lights out performance, and he started at the last map, but maybe not as well, but it was, what, 2-3 Ks in 3 rounds?
Oh yeah, Furia did win.
Well, and Andalusia Flawless is going to put them in a great spot economically as well. We're going to be keeping a lot of those rifles through to this next round, and in fact going to buy up an extra one alongside it. So
It's 37 degrees yesterday. Where the hell are you, Oregano?
Having that ultimate, like having that
37?
is going to make things so awkward.
I mean, to
Like,
be
you're gonna
fair,
be
during
able to
Masters
clear out
Copenhagen,
lamps
it
on the
was
backside of B
38
with
in the
relative
UK
ease, close
when I
out
was
elbow
streaming
if you want
Masters
to,
Copenhagen.
depending on the
So
strategy.
I know what that feels like.
It means that
Possibly worse,
potentially Heretics
because
going to have to play a little
in
bit
the
off
UK it's
kilter
horrible.
to what they'd normally be doing.
When to worry for Heretics? I mean, I wouldn't worry if they lost this game at all. It doesn't really matter that much for
Straight
them.
into the site. Rien's doing well. That's
I mean, they
two
literally
for
have
him.
nothing to play for.
Activated and shutting down the aggression, dropping Spike in the open. A bonus round that had a lot of good facets to it for Koi, but Grabinho stripped of shields and down to half HP, and he's got one through.
I
the
never
wall.
said that
He's
I would
taking down
oil up
Rien's.
if Koi
There
won.
is a chance.
I said if
And with
Koi
the
made
shots this
playoffs,
man
which
has
they
been
now
hitting,
mathematically can't.
I don't want to count them out just yet, but the real problem is getting to that spike. They don't have anything really to help them get out. Grabinho's out of
How did
smokes.
Koi win?
Shados doesn't
Honestly,
have
it could
any
have.
intel
It was a
past the
fake
wall
comeback
that's
by
on the other
Heretics
side of
as
the
well.
map.
Could have
I
been
don't know how
even
they're
more
gonna approach
one-sided.
this.
Heretics just not that good at Icebox, I don't think.
Even just the time.
And Koi's, you know, even when Koi were pretty shit, even back then their Icebox was still pretty decent.
Over peaks, risks taken, and well, you can see the spots that Heretics are in.
So I
The
think Koi are
second
just
any
pretty
contact
decent at
is
Icebox,
made,
and Heretics
First kill, immediate
just
swing,
ain't that great.
and it all just becomes far too
at
easy.
Icebox.
A really well controlled round.
You
from
should
the side
oil
of
up if
Heretics.
Navi make the
Well,
playoffs.
the
No,
only guy
because
to get
Navi
any
have a
kills, guess
realistic
what? It
chance.
was
All they need
Grabinho.
to do is have
Yeah,
Liquid
no,
lose
this has
and
been
beat
his map so far. 10
Gentle
kills
Mates.
and 1 death. The rest of his team have 2 kills combined. So
That's more than double.
No, Koi can't make it
is
anymore.
it's more than triple too. Would you believe it?
I don't want to go any further. I'm nervous.
One enemy remaining.
It's
Do
over
the
for
math.
Koi.
Let me get my phone out. Calculator. It says it's more than 4 times
Okay.
time.
Utility.
And what's 5 times called?
They can't? No, they can't.
I don't have time on the round.
They needed
start.
to win
I'll
by a
check, I'll
certain
check in
amount of
between
rounds.
this and the next. Irrespective,
That
it's
was
those
the other
rounds
thing. I
have
didn't want to do. I knew I could go quadruple, and then I'm like,
Like, oil up if Billy knocks Artist out of champs. Well,
no, I don't.
Artist probably isn't going to champs.
Good attempt.
But I guess that would be funny if he did.
2-1. It's been an okay start for Koi. Last round stalled out. Now a much more direct
Remote.
approach. Everybody coming in from long. It's a nasty fight. That Benji comes out ahead, and everyone else is trapped behind this wall, trapped behind the utility. Orbital strike was used as well to
Okay,
slow
these
this fight,
BXX
and
not going as well.
they're not able to do so. Heretics
These
is
full
able to
B-long
get full
exits.
control.
X
Again,
Dirda.
John
through
Bono.
the choke point,
What the? How the fuck do you say
and
that
the
name?
wall even to
it's
protect
the
it.
same.
Oh,
It's basically
Byzantine.
the same as last round.
I read
Yeah,
out
the
your
orbital strike was
message.
used
I
to
didn't say
kill
your
off
name.
anybody
Thank you
that
for the
sat
5
in the
months.
middle of the
An
site,
ex
in the tube.
Dud
There was nobody
Dud
there, so they're just able to move
Decker
out the way. Everybody fell
with
back,
5
and
months.
then
I
Benji
always
managed
struggle
to
with your
hold the
name.
ground and kill
I mean,
off
you did
Camo,
pick a
so
horrific name, to be
make things
fair.
pretty awkward. This is going to have to be one hell of a disappearing act. And hey, he's got the movement to boot, although he's going to try and go back. At this point, there's not really any wrong answers to the question of how do we win this round, because the
30
answer is
seconds left.
you don't.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's more so there's every answer is equally as incorrect because you're not getting this one across the line. With 20 seconds left, I think they know that. The question is if they can carry these weapons through. With Grabinho 28 HP and tucked in that corner, he's going to have to
Will
hunt
they
up
hunt
this
them here? I
utility,
mean, it
makes
looks like
its
they
way
want to.
towards him, and that the
10
spams don't come in.
seconds
Benji's caught him. Now they've lost that rifle for no
TP,
chance of
bro.
winning the round. Almost the same for Shados. He might want to get out of here. The TP to save the day, but look at the position on the other side of the map. Even if he TP'd, Woot was waiting for him. He's now just outside the teleporter on the other end, so there was no safe haven for this squad, and now they're tied up 2-2. All weapons lost in last round means they're likely to go 3-2.
Yeah,
We're
Heretics
gonna see
playing
pistols
bad or
for the
Koi
attack.
playing good? I mean, again, I think that on Icebox, Koi are probably just better than
A bit
Heretics.
of a worrying sign for Koi.
But
Like, you've won 2
If,
rounds.
if Koi win
with
this,
being off a
then maybe
hero.
start worrying a bit for Heretics. But I don't
Yeah,
think they will. I
nobody
mean, look at the
else
fucking
really
kills
turned
on
up
Koi
to the
right
server.
now.
On the other side, it's
Legit,
much
look
more
at the
of a
fucking kills.
Team effort. I guess polar opposite brimstones is the only thing to talk about. For now, not going to be a massive
Ooh,
investment
Sting your
here,
best
although,
gun.
well, an aggressive start to the round from Miniboo has been punished, although this double up
Down A.
quickly puts it back in their favor.
Needed one
Two
there.
headshots to equalize it up. This is a rifle there, I believe, to be retrieved. It will be taken. Spike is back under their control as well. Orb found, a little bit of extra value. But, I mean, going back towards the B side, least from what we've seen, it's not the play. They haven't been able to find any.
Will you
ground
at
there,
least
but
toil up if
everyone's
Navi
deployed.
makes
There's still that
playoffs at
heavy stack on
Champions?
A. Again,
If
it's hard
Navi
to
win champs,
see the correct
how about
answer
that?
for them. With a minute left on the clock, they're
If
towards the
Navi
spawn.
win champs,
Tells me they're going here so they can
I'll
make
do
a
it.
quicker rotation. Now that they're out of range of a lot of the sound cues.
no, you don't want me to?
Sprint.
Okay, I won't do it then.
Make it towards B-Long. Take those fights, and they'll find it for free. They'll waltz right into the site. The only problem is that, again, Benji is the one waiting for them. And with 40 seconds left, they're not going to have time to reset and push again. They've got to get it right the first time.
I'm surprised they don't give Grabinho the rifle. They've given it to
30
Shados.
seconds left.
In the last map, I guess that was the right decision for the most part, but we'll see. All really Benji needs to do is just hold on to this corner. Like, obviously fighting and doing some damage would be nice, but just make sure they don't lose too much control. Snakebite is going to cause a... No, actually, it doesn't change anything on the plant.
Why
Although
don't
it
you
might make
oil up
things a little
just
bit
for
more
fun?
awkward, but
You woo.
it's actually
Why has
fine.
this become such a thing?
And now
Is
into the
everyone
most
else
fun
getting asked to
scenario.
oil
Again,
up
you're
at this
looking at
time as
Shados.
well?
What can
Or is
he
it just
do
me?
with this gun?
The fuck is that?
Okay. I feel like he almost just hit his keyboard there. What a shot. Echolocation.
What's the procedure
Nice
to
up here
become
is
a mod?
Daredevil.
God
Grabinho,
gifting subs.
good luck to you. Spray this one with a sheriff. He's dove out and almost found a shot. But nothing landed for the side of Koi. This is the round we expected to see, albeit a bit dragged out. Team Heretics get their 3-2 score line. They lose one player, so a big money-making
Corey gets
round,
asked
but
to oil
Grant's
up
now
every
riding
stream,
high on
okay.
most of these players. And
Good to know I'm not
Benji
alone.
Fishy, after his kills, he's got himself a Viper's Pit to work around.
Because I didn't keep my promise. A promise that was never made.
Rifles out, it becomes that little bit more dangerous. And to be honest, I do expect... Yeah, that's nasty. I do expect to see the pit used as well, because this is the kind
Yeah,
of round that
the
you
way
wanna
to become
just
a mod is
throw
either
in
gift
those early
subs
ultimates
or
to
befriend
really
the
ruin
current
your
mod.
opponent's chances of having any early presence in the half.
Manibu again. He's definitely not deterred from just how aggressive they're being. It's the deadly duo of him and Wu.
That was not the
Interesting
best
pass
fast
back,
back.
doesn't
Yeah.
really-
He's gone over the bullet.
Yeah, he was dodging them in a different way.
So I
to what we're
think Team
used to.
Heretics
But I
needed
like the
ISO on
fact that they're
Icebox?
putting
No, their
that
ISO
sort of early
gameplay is
smoke in,
dog.
and then just trying to play through it using the haunt. It just creates a full sense of security, maybe even sells the idea that they're going for an orb, and instead it's a
None
play
of the
to
mods are my
try and get them
friends,
an early kill.
says
In
Kid.
terms of the orbs, okay, Miniboo is a couple away, Woot's one away as well, and there's a lot of ultimates on the
Not
Koi
even
side. They're
Mike.
close, but none of them are available for this round.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're not going to have anything to back them
Am I going
up.
to do
Now,
an England
Viper's
watch party?
Pit
No,
used
I'm going to
on
watch
B
England.
blind as well. A lot of control, but it's not going to be solo held. We can see Rienz is still there. Now they get information, at least one player outside of A. At what point does the rotation come in from Heretics? At what point do they look to stack up this A site? Obviously the TP is a big concern. The Koi can
Am I
always
your
take it,
friend
but
in a non-parasocial
unlikely
way?
to with the
No,
Viper's Pit
because
on
I
the other side.
don't know you.
Activated, flash through. Dizzy's good, but it hasn't caught Miniboo in time. Woot resets after the blind for a double, and Boo's there to back up the backside. And Andaluthia flawless. Koi took their
Am
time
I going to
setting
sing
that one
10
up, but
German bombers?
Heretics
No.
were quick to dismantle it.
No.
Too quick, too quick. Oh, 4-2.
Okay, Corey gonna
last
take a
few rounds
timeout.
have
They're
been
just gonna waste our time.
Clean.
See, that's the thing. It wasn't a fake comeback. It was
but
just trying to save
the
some
fact
time.
is, it's more so
Because
just
now I'm
that
not going to
they-
watch any
the
of Liquid
smoke
versus
sort of
Fnatic when
shielded
Heretics win it.
Miniboo
Although I do
out.
want to see their Haven, because I want to see
Didn't
their Haven
peek out,
comps.
get a kill before anything else can be done, and then the reaction of the rest of the Heretics players is just so quick. That is the thing that I just...
Who did Heretics lose to? That's a good quiz question. Who did Heretics lose to during the season? Pretty sure they beat Foot. Did they lose to Navi? They haven't lost this split, so it has to be within their own group. They lost to Navi, and who else did they lose to? Oh no, they beat Navi. They beat Fnatic. They didn't lose to Liquid, surely. They lost to BBL and
Who
Vitality.
do you think is gonna win the football tonight? Netherlands or Zeta Division?
Raw talent.
Are you
and
calling
what
England
they've been
Zeta
molded
Division because
into
they're
is
slow and boring?
this
In fact,
is their first year.
England
Imagine
could
a
learn
year
a
down
thing
the
or
line.
two
That-
from
That's
Koi.
always the thing as well. When we spoke to like Heretics, I think
You know?
KC were the same. It's like,
Look at the
It's a
fucking
long-term
kills still
project.
on Koi. We are in round 6. Look at our kills.
this is year 1.
Koi Just took a look there, Tom.
England on G2? I think that's disrespectful to G2 if I'm being honest.
It's been
Not
tough.
for them.
No, it's very much not nice for them. It's been a lot of rounds here where they're not getting a whole lot done. Brienne's back into the teleporter. Get a little safe haven. 20 HP on Camo as he
Fuck is going on? Look at all the different smokes.
Push coming out of back. Shadow's caught. He's the first to fall. The wrap around, spotted and taken down.
That did not go
it's
great.
a gorgeous round. In fact, it's an Andalusia flawless with one player dead because Miniboo went down from the grave of Starzo's nade. Fair play.
That's a martyrdom.
Is that the first Andalusia flawless with 4 players technically, going into the next round? It might be.
I don't know.
It might be, Tom. Have you not been tracking this?
We've seen people die to like the spike and stuff. So
To a
I
blast
don't know, like,
spike.
yeah, blast spike. I reckon it's probably happened at some point. But again,
Who do I
it's like a
want to
clean
win
sweep.
champs?
Woot as well. For his standards in the last map, pretty quiet. See, we normally mute those ones. Normally there's a
That's perfect. I'm so sorry.
Am I
There's a
allowed to
round
say
happening. There's a round happening. Oh wow! Just the happiness and then the immediate frustration at the nade. I'm saving that one as a notification. All right. Well, Koi have done very well.
Oh,
they do
that's
have
so
pistols.
funny.
I've really been thrown off my game there. My goodness. They've got themselves the site control, ability to plant now, and, well, the showstopper
team
stalled
flash.
out by a flash, but it's going to have an opportunity, and it connects a little bit too well, in fact. A lot of damage
Oh,
done.
no,
Boo
Koi.
steps up to take down
Ah,
one, but
Boo's
he's on
low.
2
They'll be
HP.
fine.
Don't play
Benji
what
Fishy's
Camo
clutch.
says.
Translate kurva. Kurva.
Lineups.
Translate
going in,
it.
Even though Shados knows that there's a player there, I guess he's got Grabinho to defend him, and now Boo looking for a 2 HP clutch.
Oh, no.
Never mind. That's
Don't
why
replay what he
was
said.
so ready for the lineup. So ready. And this one's going to be a pay safe card thrifty.
What language is it?
On the side of Koi.
It's,
I genuinely think last round, that
isn't
might
it
be my
multiple
favorite
languages?
replay of all time.
Isn't it just like most
That's number one
Slavic
for me.
languages?
Especially of the player comms.
So does that mean your
Or is it
favorite
just
and
Polish?
least favorite replay of all time will be Miniboo? The Shin.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess. I don't think we had a replay of the other one, Tom, but understandable. Yeah, great round. I think for... That's a little unfortunate, but look, at the end of the day, you get the round across the line, that's all you need. For Koi, weaker weapons, more direct
That
approach.
whole thing is muted.
Just in case.
Master of
Towards the B side, these more direct approaches. really have to be more
1200,
I think maybe the all-out shotgun
M1200,
nature of one of those low-buys where you
M1200.
just have all these weaknesses to work with, and you flood in. It catches Heretics off guard. It
Thanks
puts
for the
them on
prime.
back foot, and that's what's been missing so far. It's felt like they're a step ahead. Great utility usage. That was an assist as well, I believe, by the snake bite. There it is.
Yep.
The snake bite went down to catch them running out. If there was any more than one player there, that could have been a beautiful clip. Even still, opening duel, that's good enough.
That's the thing. I feel like this is... I'm going to give credit to Boo, even though I'm purely guessing. But I feel like the calls he has are so many just cool little set plays that they do. And a lot of them are towards showers at the moment. It seems like they're just denying that control in almost every single round, but also in a different way. Like, we've seen it multiple different times now of how they've shut down that control. And now with 40 seconds, look at where the players are. Look at where they are. They've shut down that control, and then they have just a stack ready on the other side of the map. Because well,
This
you're
is
not
what
in
Koi were
showers,
doing to
you're not
Heretics
gonna
last
risk
map,
it,
where they
you've
just
gone back the other way.
knew where they were going to go.
These B hits haven't worked at the best of times. Camo gets
they
one and
contact
falls.
in to
We've seen
fall
this
people
story
stuff.
before. And look, it's Benji holding down that side control. Now, if you're a Koi fan, you definitely don't like the ending to this one, unless Grabinho's got another big play with 10 seconds to plant the spike. It was never to be.
Okay,
Play
6-3.
was, but the result wasn't. 6-3. Team Heretics
GG.
doubling up the score of their opponents. Defensive side start is beautiful with 3 rounds left to compete for. Koi get rifles, some ultis coming online. This is their chance.
That's exactly what we're talking about. There is no escape from that round. And then even after that, like when
Please,
I
Koi, win this.
set
They ain't
plays, but then
going
the
to.
Reeds just goes, okay, you've lost this
They ain't
control, we're
going
gonna
to.
leave Whoop behind as this solo player on the A side. We're going to stack up on B. Like, it was like they were reading the
I'm sorry,
opponent's
Team Liquid fans.
sheet of paper. Like, every
They're not
single
gonna win
scroll
either.
through in that round was telegraphed. Now, I've seen this one in the past, but again, this is more of a ruse. They haven't thrown in Miniboo early to try and fight this one. And Grabinho's, I guess, has just taken a bit of damage through the smoke. He just got tagged up. I'm guessing Benji's just taking the old peek. Wow. That can happen too.
Don't tell Kexi. Fabio, who do you support?
Oh, that could
How
be a
dare you
beautiful
tell me
piece
the
of
truth?
timing. Camo sneaking his way up. He's called for the whole team. 3 players at least coming with him, but Heretics doing much the same.
It's being pinged. Koi are definitely aware of this. It's got danger sign on that map.
Okay, he gets his gun.
Timing.
And if he walked up with smoke in hand, that could have been awkward. And they've
Oh.
got a player pushing. You know, they might think that that's the most aggressive that they've gotten so far. It's a big opportunity. Although Mini Boo was spotted.
Wow, if he
That's
saw
a
it.
disaster. Oh, the element of surprise.
How did
gone.
they
The
not
nade up
kill him?
close, just going to send them back.
Yeah,
And
they
I
did.
thought the wall would cover the retreat, but not quite this time.
Viper's used, but Miniboo's caught a timing on Shadow as well. It's just looking
Well, the
messy.
pitch should still
Koi
secure this, but they do have a
could have
Haunt, a
fallen
Prowler,
to
and a
just some
Seize.
good positioning, but in the
And
end,
a
they've
nade.
fallen more so to their own mistakes. Starzo is the one taking contact. They want to try and hold on to that pin. He's going to try and run through.
Now
Forced out
losable.
position, but it's left to Shados.
But they have to stick.
The man you'd want in these sort of circumstances. First kill comes easy, and the second just the same. A Red Bull clutch for Shados to garner another round for Koi.
Yeah, you've just got a narrow choke point. First guy, he sees the flash, and then that gives him an idea. Maybe they're playing this one together through the pit. Sprays it down. I like to see it. Koi, 2 rounds behind, and a great opening pick by Grabinho again.
Holy
that just
shit.
causes chaos for this defensive side.
I just realized
That
I'm
said,
bleeding
though,
from my
there were
elbow.
a
Hold
number
on.
of mistakes there, as we said.
Must have picked
Those
the
individual
scabbard
fights
back.
being taken, players caught out of position, the lurk up as well. The fact that they leave open mid to go for the back play and then send a player back in to clear it out. It's a lot of unknown space, and they were unlucky enough that Heretics had pushed up.
No one makes me
A good
bleed my
recovery
own blood.
nonetheless. Now we're going to see a play right into Benji Fishy. But look at his orb, his snake bite. There's no following up. I mean, at this point, you might as well, Thrash gets broken. It's probably better for them. Ult used, and that has caught the pinch completely. TP'd up players, dealt with, and Benji caught on his own. That is a
Anyone know what
about as
film
good of
that's
an
from?
opening as
That
you
line?
can
No one
possibly
makes me
imagine
bleed
for
my
Koi.
own blood.
And a 5v2 now. There have to be a number of mistakes for this to go the other way.
Walk into the firing squad. A great round from Koi. Patient.
There you go. Lord Harper now.
Waiting for players to rotate.
Yea of Bleed
And while
Esports has
Wood
possessed
is
you.
gonna have to pull off a hero
You're
play
too
once
old?
Again, but they're sticking together. They're making sure that
You
there's
must
no
have seen
easy fight for
Dodgeball.
him to take, and even the first one won't go his way. Another solid round from Koi, and what was looking like a really damning scoreline. What was it, 6-2 or 5-2? Now, well, it could end up as an even half. I will admit that a lot of the time when you see the success of this Heretics roster, their attack side, as I said,
Yes, guys,
7-3 versus GX, 9-3 versus Na'Vi, 10-2
Yeah,
versus
Ben Stiller.
G2, 8-4 versus 100 Thieves,
You must have
7-1
seen
versus
Dodgeball.
Foot. Those are the last 5 games they've played. All of them have been really clean attack sides. But for Koi, well,
I mean, 6-5. Maybe Koi can
in
win.
each of these competitive, well,
6-6. Maybe
I
Koi
don't
can
think
win.
Heretics expected to run into 5
Maybe I'm too
players
young.
sitting by the
When
front.
did Dodgeball come out? I mean, to
It's
be
an
fair, it probably
unusual
did come
early
out.
round strategy, that has to be said. And if you're running
2000
some sort of a sentinel for control, if you had a Cypher here, maybe it makes sense because your
3?
back's covered. But
Maybe even
a
early.
big gamble from that attacking side and a big reward found as a result. Now, well, we see that patience that you talked about, Tom. They are just pumping the brakes. Last time they did this was last round, and the player came up
I
into
wasn't
hookah
born
and
then.
walked right into them. So they hope that
ESPN 8, the
old
old show. Yeah, exactly.
And you can see Benji's now waiting in case there's a TP. The other 2 players can commit more directly in towards the site. Whoops. Going to be the one under pressure.
See, they'll know that
He's
the
been
Viper is
spammed
on the
through
other
smoke.
side, though.
And now it is
Why
up
would
to
you
Benji.
TP? You know it's one on
As
each
said, he
side.
was waiting on this side of the map, waiting for somebody to come in for the play. First kill goes his way. He'll be able to
Like,
deny
you
the
know he
plant.
has
That
to
buys
be
at
here.
least a little bit of extra time, but anything else is going to be difficult. Another one comes up, goes for a little more. He does bring Starzo low. And now Boo, if he could catch a timing, he could at least turn this into a 1v2 scenario. The player coming in from behind, though, could be a bigger issue while not connecting those first shots. Look at this.
Positivity!
The position.
A nice name.
One of them. That's the problem,
Thank you for the
right?
prime
other
as
two you
well.
guess, But Grabinho, that is a blind side if ever I've seen one.
There's no
Luckily avoids him on the pathing. It's at least a good start. Smoke's already gone. No smoking and defusing. There's a nade still to work with as well. I mean, I don't know how he gets out of this one. Definitely not going to save, considering it's the last round, but he has to find these players, and they are nowhere to be found. The patience of Koi on full display. Nade to deny, not even needed. Rubinho lands his third headshot of the round.
Maybe Koi could win.
Is a lights-out half coming out of Koi's Grabinho. He has been so impressive here. 17 and 7, while the next best player on his team, a duelist, has 6 kills. And like, that is
more than double.
It is, Tom. And you know what? Triple.
And Zappy J-Ro with another prime as well. Thank you.
Let's get Kim up here. He can do all the math.
Maybe not.
I know he loves it.
Get a spreadsheet up. I want to know, does he have double the kills of the bottom 3
Again,
players?
Koi cannot make it now, Charl. Char RL.
They've caught up. They're doing better.
Koi are done.
That close.
It is over.
4 of the last 5 rounds go in the way of Koi. And a pistol round here puts them in the driver's seat. As said though, Heretics have proven themselves time and time again on this attack side. Already Wu has a bit of information. Now he has a lot of information.
What if a team
And
is
that's actually gonna be the
disqualified?
move for the
Okay,
rest
if a
of the
team is
to take
disqualified,
space.
then I guess it's not over. I don't
Try and
really see
hold
how
on
that would
to this
happen, but
shower spot.
I guess in theory it could.
Definitely not gonna
4-stack
be
push
easy.
out.
Well, that's not the start they were looking
And
for.
Wook gets one anyway.
Even trades though. It's the planter now that has the advantage.
See, now Starkso has an
Taking
interesting
away
job.
lots
He
of
probably needs
positions
to
covered by
knife
them, and
close.
They're even taking a bit more control. Boo and Mini Boo, the brothers moving down to take everything around middle. Spot for those
Heretics
flanks
will win
coming
this
through.
now.
And Mini Boo's contact is crucial here. He finds the first, not the shots. Oh, but the information
They'll
comes at the
still
cost
win it.
of both
It's not
lives.
planted for
Now
them, though.
Rienz and Benji Fishy, the ones that have to try to recover. Play up in heaven by Starzo, looks dangerous. Benji Fishy exposed to it. The shots are all landing, and now they know where Starzo is. This is so quickly turned on its head. It's all up to Benji. Flash on the right, pick up of the weapon. Starzo hunting him. 3 shots
time.
left. He needs to
Told
go
you
for
they
the
would.
reload, and the time
Told you,
already
2v4,
too far
and I
gone.
still got it right.
Team Heretics have done it again. Benji, Fishy, and the clock enough to win the clutch.
Yeah, it's a scenario again where it looks like the initial start to that retake went fantastically well. Like Shadow getting that double kill. I felt like the round was going to fall apart, but it is just those clutch players, those late round players for the side of Heretics that have turned this back around.
Let's go!
A multi-frag, which gives them the advantage, brings them home the
I
pistol.
mean, it's not
Even a
great.
thumbs up from Weber. He's ecstatic.
Am I going to do a final power rankings or not? What I'm thinking is before champs, or maybe after the teams have qualified for playoffs. Well, I mean, I might do. I might do a power
I mean, if anyone
rankings
was inside bat, they're in
anyway.
trouble,
But I'm thinking I might do a
opportunity to
whole
isolate a duel.
every
Player instead
region
gets
power
away, groups
rankings.
up with the team, plays the flank,
And, you
that's
know,
Wu.
rank every
Rest of the
team.
squad on site, plant coming through, now confirmed, and they can back off.
Maybe I can
play
get
the
some
space
help
instead.
from a
Rienz,
chef.
Maybe a little greedy. Goes back in and gets his little guy back online for the late round fight. Here's the flash, Benji, adjusts perfectly, even killing players he can't see. Oh, they had a few pistols and slim
Talon
hope,
first.
Now that's turned to none.
See, because I feel like the cross-region debates will be very interesting, right? Like,
Again, they're just
who's
waiting
better?
For a mistake or to die to the spike.
Talon
Shorty
or
from here, it would just be a free orb for the opposing side, and
I don't know, fucking
looking like an almost guarantee of a flawless
100
round for the
Thieves,
side of Heretics.
Cloud9.
Perfect way to kick off their attack. And as you can see, the remaining players will just go down to the spike. And Andaluthia flawless for round number 2 for Heretics.
Talon clear Cloud9. Talon
Now
over
this is
100
where they could
Thieves.
start to run away with things.
Talon or Crew, that's a good one.
It is their attack side, like we heard. You know, a lot of the results sounded good, but it's in
Who gets the
particular, I think
dreaded
it's one of the older
44?
ones up against Foot.
I've got to
already
give it to
had a,
MIBR
I
if
think
they
it was
don't
a
win a
6-round,
game.
A 7-1 score.
At least everyone else has won a game. I
If you do
understand
that
the
to
China
Foot on this
teams.
map, I'm feeling pretty good about your chances. That's a team that can come out swinging, that can disrupt your plans. Just
God, the
by
Koi
getting in
assistant
face.
coach without a hat looks very different.
Koi, they're going to need a lot to get this across the line.
NRG and less,
Now
bro.
that Heretics have the lead, there's still another map, Haven.
TMV, could you do
It's not
those
like the
team
alarm bells will
previews
be
for
ringing
champs
just
like
yet.
you did back in the
After that
day?
first,
And explain why Ye and Bleed were with champs.
a little bit of control.
The problem is with those
Denial
videos
of
for
any
something like champs is
space
the
towards
16
Lance, that could be a
teams.
problem. They go back in. Heretics want
There's
to
not
fight
going to
for
be
that
enough
control.
days to do it
It
all.
looks like they've used the thrash and it caught Boo, but
There's
there's
not gonna
no
be
one even
enough days to
remotely
do it
close
all.
to actually
One.
deal anything.
And two,
it is completely
takes a
wasted,
lot
if
of fucking
anything.
time.
Like, yeah, I think it's just been pinged.
I could
by the
do
attack,
4
but
vids
there
for
is
each
a-
region. That I
there's a
might do.
Thrash just down on the floor. It seems like peculiar usage. And
Because I collect the stats
it
for the
would've been
teams anyway, so
very
I could just
beneficial to have
use the
that
stats
now.
that I get anyway. For the spreadsheet. In fact, that sounds like a
Sometimes
good
you
use
get
of
that a little
time.
bit too greedy, send it in too far. I like that. Wu bypasses the utility that was searching for him, and it might come back to get him in the end, but damage is done. The pick has been found. The spray here from Rihan's, it is wild. It is
He
blind.
will die to the
Not
Brim
finding a
Molly,
whole
but it
lot.
gets
Halfway
hard.
diffused already. Molly denies any further from the wingman. Mini Boo up top manages the
Okay, I
kills,
think
and it's
Heretics
enough
will
with
win
Boo
this
backing
now.
him up. 9-6 for Team Heretics, and if it
Next
wasn't
year, I
already
think,
looking
yes. Well,
bad,
that hasn't
it
been
just got a lot
confirmed. In
worse.
fact, yeah, I think it was
Make a mega
confirmed.
tier
That's
list
a
with
round
40
that, again,
teams.
I think the
Yeah, that's what I
ultimate
said
issue
about
is a
doing.
little bit too preemptively.
But yeah,
Hasn't
next
really
year,
helped them out in
I'm
the grand
pretty sure the
scheme of
playoffs is
things.
going to work as it will be
Well,
8
there's
teams,
been so many
and
things, like, you think about
1
that
and 2
initial
will
fight
get a
there,
bye,
clearing that out with a Thrash
3
would
to
have
6 will be kind
saved
of
the
normal,
initial life. There's
and
so
7
many
and 8 will
places
start in a
that
lower
could have had
bracket.
more
I'm
use.
pretty sure that's how they'll do it,
And well,
because that just makes sense.
for your first fight of this half now,
And there won't be any
9-6 in the
single
lead,
elim in
Heretics
playoffs
4
anymore.
away from taking us to a map 3. And as
Yeah,
I
there'll be
said,
12
like, to
teams. There'll be
break
12
the
teams from now
combination
on
would have been impressive. This is a
in
map that, although
VCT.
Koi have had close results to KC and Fnatic,
Which is the middest team? Who is the prime meridian of all teams? That is a good
not
question.
much to play with at all in this round. A few pistols, a stinger for Starzo. We do have the
The
majority.
prime
of their players
meridian.
on
So
the
they're a
right side
team
of
that
the
like is just outside making champs. C9 is, I think, a great shout.
For Koi, they're just being starved of information.
I think
and no
C9 are
advanced
a
control,
very
nobody
good
pushed
shout
up.
for
Sometimes you have Bath.
the
I mean, all they really
prime
have
Meridian
here is
team.
Hookah, a pixel angle being held by Grabinho. This is a fine round for it. You go pushing up on Bath in a round like this, you're only asking for trouble to give away the
Yeah,
one advantage
Vitality,
that you
I think,
actually
are
have,
probably
which
a
is
decent
numbers.
shout as well.
That's why I like seeing Koi stacked
You're
up
looking at
on
like
B.
a team that
Playing
is
it
just
blind.
like
You're hoping that
not
Heretics
quite
run
good
into
enough
you.
to make chance.
Maybe they spotted
RRQ,
the smoker still on this side of the
maybe.
map. That's a good read and a good reason to stick where you are. Keep boots on the ground, but now Shadow sees the rest of the squad. The rotations begin. I'm not sure what role Boo will play in this, whether just cleaning up kills
I
or
don't think you
playing
have
to
your
the
Brim
flank,
out
but
here, but
he has caught one. He can go for the TP, group up with the squad, and, well, denying his retake should be relatively easy. I mean, okay.
He only has a stinger.
Yeah,
you know?
they're eco. They've only got weak weapons. Let's just go jumping through close angle corners to take them down. Whatever. Yeah, sure, go
He
for
has
it.
a stinger, you know? He wants the orbs. Got to farm it up.
That was a ranked play if ever I've seen. Jumping in and still full spraying, by the way.
Yeah.
Not waiting to land. No. I respect it.
what happened to
Koi-
this
Koi
match?
definitely will after that.
Heretics attack on Bind is quite good,
Oh, another one
and
for Grabinho.
Koi
Still fragging, but the main thing here
couldn't
is
deal
him
with it.
gaining up those extra orbs. Starzo's going to be waiting. That should be the kill onto Wu. No, never mind. It's the bait and switch. Or Grabinho will make the decision.
Why would
in the
you
end
die
to
to
go
the spike
down.
then?
Retrieved a gun at the last second, but wasn't able to hold on to it. A little bit of extra damage, but ultimately nothing much.
Oh, you're referring to Koi getting a map?
Absolutely.
With the amount of
I'm
finance
referring to
currently
Koi
already
getting a map
building
against
for the side of
Koi.
Heretics. We're going to see a pause.
You okay
The
there,
thing
buddy?
is, I think stemming the bleeding here is going to be very difficult. You're up against...
How did Koi win Icebox is what you're trying to ask. Koi won Icebox because Heretics Icebox is not very good, and Koi's Icebox is actually quite good. Why did we buy a stinger? I think you just had a stinger, no, from before. What percent viewership is from the US? Of my viewership, I think it's like... It is the highest country, but... I don't think it's like absurdly high. I think it's maybe like a quarter. Maybe slightly more. I haven't checked in a while though. What about India? India is up there. I think that the highest countries that I remember are US, Indonesia, then like Germany maybe? Germany, UK, India.
Matters. It gets you across
I
the
think
line.
they're up there.
And I think, you know, it
Like,
can't
you know,
feel good to
Canada.
be that hot on Icebox and cool down that quickly
Malaysia.
coming into bind. But I think the issue is a little broader than that as well.
Also
A lot of
thinking
Indos, though.
openers, like, there's a lot of things
Then
that
again, I guess it is a big country.
been missing a bit more on this map. than the rest.
Do Indonesians primarily consume English content?
The entirety of the A site already gone.
Don't know.
A straight up retake being played, an immediate pinch. In fact, they've already taken full showers control. It looks like they're going to fight forward on the other side, and the timing couldn't be worse. It's at least going to be one kill coming up for Shados, though. His position holds value, but they're trying to force him out. Either he's going to get pinched from one side or the other. Anything here would be nice, but actually he's worked as a distraction. The rest of the team have taken the site, and they now have an advantage.
Oh, that's awkward as well. Rian's not hitting the shots, at least already having the molly
F
land
half, though.
disables that diffuse.
2v3, I mean, this should be unlosable.
Pressure now on time-wise, and only one man standing with low HP. Boo couldn't get it done this time. It's Grabinho again for a big play. 3 kills on the board. And hell, close to half their rounds. I can
Country
put down
flags
to just that
tier
man.
list sometime in off-season.
Putting in the legwork,
I can
let
do
me
that.
tell you.
Yeah, I want to give
I
credit.
think I
to
did
the
that way
Bulls.
back in the
Like,
day,
I
but I
like
can
how
do that.
quick they were to react. They knew that they had the thrash. They knew that they were likely to lose control, and that, of course, any solid team is going to follow up off the back of that thrash. So they immediately reclaim Showers control. And I think if you don't have Showers in that retake, you don't have a chance.
Yep.
Because the whole thing comes down to that flank. And even with some of the more aggressive positions, like Shados doesn't do much in terms of damage.
Okay, 10-7. Can Koi win this? No.
It's a 7th round for Koi. It's one on the
I
board.
mean, if
and
they
it's an
lose this
ultimate
round,
expended
see,
for
their
the
eco
other
isn't
side,
too
but
bad.
there's plenty
Koi,
more to come.
thankfully, are not
What's
a
impressing
team
me
that...
most about Grabinho is
Who, are a team that still realised the light shields is the way. They
seem to
forced
be him
stack
in a
B.
corner, catching players looking the
Even
other
though
way.
they only have a
are
brim on
duels.
for a big
They are
ult.
people looking to take him down. And now, well, he's got a big player
Ooh,
looking to
that
eliminate
was
him.
big.
Dodged the knife. Well done by Miniboo. He gets that rocket still late in the round. Blast pack out. Oh no!
No,
Blast
blast
pack
pack
in.
out.
He's stuck and he's been dropped. Oh, that's a disaster. The mosh pit claiming a
Oh,
casualty.
no.
5 versus 3 now for Team Heretics, and
Who's winning?
well, that
Haven?
went
Let me
from
see
a very
Koi's.
good play
Let me see Heretics'
to one that
comp
he's
if they
gonna
play
wanna
Haven.
forget
But we might not
very
get there.
quickly.
Okay,
Round being
5v3 should be round
Double
over. You
lost
probably
back.
want to rotate one guy across to A at this
Fabinho
point,
on the
I
other
think.
side knows how that feels.
Yeah.
I don't think you need
Oh,
everyone
he's going
here.
to want to forget about that one as quickly as possible. Still, 3 players standing. The A side
Like, I mean,
again
they're just
left
playing full
open, but it
retake,
seems
but
like this
if
is
they
more
could
of a
just have
plan
a
now.
bit of delay, that
Oh,
would be
okay,
handy.
we
Like,
can
if
play
Camel
better
rotates, they have a nade there
together.
that's going to be very
We can
handy.
go for those retakes rather than trying to challenge things individually. Boo is going to try and sell this as a bit more of a ruse, even
Okay, he
intentionally
gets hit
getting
by
caught
that.
by that knife. In the meantime, the rest of the team are looking to try and clear out whatever they can before going for the plant. The thing is, I think Shados is getting very suspicious at this point.
Wow, they used the pit.
While the Viper's pit, he's actually fired that on immediately, expecting it to be a far more standard plant. It is not that at all.
Okay, number 1 pet peeve, you have a pit down, players pushing out of the pit, especially Vipers, to take the fights. I saw Koi do it earlier as well. I think there was some utility for start, like the push
There you
stars
go.
out,
Boombot,
but it was
you
still a
got
choice, left or right.
wingman.
He went right. I like what Rian's is doing though, staying up close. Yeah, the reveal, but he's already back. Oh,
But
he's
now
in
very
danger.
losable.
And they have to give
That's
up
what
the
I
control.
mean, they
Okay, so
should've-
these players break through the
should
pit, but
rotate the
getting
second
onto
play.
the spike will be difficult. Edgy Fishy in the corner. He has to survive, has to run this deep into the round. Good damage, and these players are being decayed. The classic comes out, right clicks will be enough. They're trying to take him, but he's gone!
The difference between Koi and Kickoff and Split 2 is an off-season. Please teams start practicing in the off-season and you will this level of progress.
There's too much talent on this roster. A Red Bull clutch that
That's a
came
tough
in
loss for
a
Koi.
3v5 scenario.
Oh no!
We're showing this in the replay. We're showing this. This is what we wanted to see. Just a clean up and just clearing him out. It's like they left
Why are you
him for the
sticking?
final second for him to dunk it on his opponents. Rians will sacrifice himself so that this man can live. And 21-9
Never
at the moment,
sticking
you
it too
can
long.
see why.
The age limit to play in VCT, tier 1 is 18.
Well, you got to feel bad for Shados. I mean, he's popped this pit, but you can't
We're not
expect the
fucking
same
walking
level of
through it all.
impact out of him. I mean, it's a tough act to follow. Benji's even picking up a kill on the
Gonna
other
try
side.
and
That
push
sends them
through
out!
this. We do
Outside
push
the
through
pit.
our own
Now, they
pit.
didn't have information. They went for it. They rolled the dice. They gambled. Maybe flash next time. But they gambled, and it didn't work out.
Maybe flash
well,
next
kind
time,
of. They trade out, but the pit being on A, players stacked on that side of the map, and the numbers
not
advantage for Team
fucking
Heretics.
triple play-
Map
I mean,
is the same size.
never mind.
You
It's
got less
Koi.
players
What
to
am I
defend
talking
it,
about?
and that means Grabinho is falling back. Was falling back. Now he's going out. He's a little
Good.
curious.
I mean, yeah, if Koi win that
Been
round, they
there
actually have a
before.
chance to win, but
If he can get a kill and fall back, that
it's
would be
tough
nice,
when you,
but
again,
there's a
they
bombardment
need
of
to
utility
rotate a
coming his
second guy
way, and
across here.
He's just going
to create a bit of delay to make it much easier for them to clear everything out.
Should deny, and it will. So it buys an extra few seconds, but the rest of the team is still very slow to make their move. Maybe still a little bit doubtful that they are going to be fully
Well, I mean, you
into
have to
this
go
B
for
side.
this. You're not
Second
saving.
time the spike is planted.
You're fast enough here. The way
Will be
you
the
probably
giveaway.
should go long.
And now, well, Shados is only
I was
just
thinking if
making
you're
his way
fast
onto
on a
the scene.
flank, you should always consider long the first option. Okay, 3v3.
Evening the numbers, not the HP though. Starzo has his own ultimate to work with, but doesn't need it. Nice off angle, great kill. Nade through as well, could force Rian's forward. In fact, Grupinho was first into the
Ooh,
fight.
I mean, again,
And with
imagine if he
Shados
fucking
around
didn't
the
throw
side,
that last
they've
round.
managed to make it work.
Would do
A
well in it.
textbook retake.
Who was
coming
the
out of
best
Koi.
at Haven
Now
last
11
year?
to 8, the gap down to 3.
Loud were pretty good
It
at Haven
seems like
last year.
advantages at this stage are almost a negative for these squads. Like, Shadows quick to get the pick, but also just a little bit
G2,
blindsided.
yeah,
I think
the
just
guard.
how long it took for that rotation to come in was enough of a surprise for that initial fight to go in the other direction. This was the kill. Woot caught repositioning, and then everything else just seems to fall like dominoes. Heretics now going to take a pause of their own. The back and forth, not ideal with the current.
Poor predictable Koi. I mean, Heretics haven't lost a game yet this split. Last game they lost 3-2 to Gen G. As if DRG... Can DRG still make it on points? Does anyone know? Is there any possible chance they go through on points? There is. Okay. So they're not dead.
Out of that, he has just been a consistent factor. We saw it in the last round. Pit up on A, they've got space, they've got control, and it was his kill.
What have we got? Brimalt, Fadalt, KO, Razalt. 11-8.
Whether it's for himself, like in that clutch, or whether it's for his team.
Prediction Netherlands, England?
3 rounds in between them. The chance for Koi.
I did say 1-1. I mean, before the Switzerland game, I said 1-1. England win on pens.
Ready to go.
I'm going to say
for Starzo as well.
2-1 England after extra
For
time.
the defensive side. And I expect Heretics to play slower, cleaving the control out of their opponent's hands, especially when you have this showstopper. This isn't the time, when the defenders have the showstopper, it isn't the time to group up and go running in.
Yeah, especially when they have the ultimates of their own. Initial haunt, just to try and clear some of the closer positions that will allow.
Hello, Thinking Man's Velo. I'm Ivy, a Gecko One Trick in Sliggy's chat, and I must know who my favorite Gecko pet is.
It does look like also Koi are very happy to play retake setups.
Definitely
Again,
Mosh.
It's exactly the same. They have Shados.
Wingman is like the obvious answer. You know, the kind of those are the people who like vanilla ice cream as their favorite flavor. They're the people who say I like music. Dizzy is quite a good option. Thrash.
Now the Nightfall is going to force them back anyway.
Minibu's on the other side of the map.
But Mosh Pit, well, one, that's the one that Riot sent me.
He's even burned up the
Who did I give that to?
Camo's
Did I give that to
surrounded.
FN?
This lurk from Minibu is absolutely gorgeous. It might only amount to 1 kill, but the play here for Heretics, they cast the net and it has caught its prey. Now they've got to step in. Koi right into the hands of this Heretic side, waiting for some of these plays. In fact, they've just given up lamps at just the wrong moment. Look at the space filled in by Grabinho. He's been impressive, but he won't be this round. And that spray so close, but those last few bullets went awry. Now it's too late. Too many players to eliminate.
Who
on that
scores in
side.
England,
Too little
Netherlands?
time to
Okay,
do it.
GG.
They'll send this out to try to save, but Shados is about to encounter
Who
heavy
scores in England,
resistance.
Netherlands?
They're hunting him down, not letting him carry that
Depile
weapon through
score
to
for the
next.
Netherlands.
And with 4 chances to close out
And
this map,
for England,
it's looking like Heretics want to bring us to Haven.
Back and forth continuing, and unfortunately that
Kane
puts Koi
scores a pen.
on the back foot once again. Timing of
And
the peak perfect, and yeah, they definitely made things awkward
Sleep.
with the plan put in place for Koi when it fell flat very early on.
and an own goal.
12 to 8. Grabinho. I will say, when you have a guy on your team who's 25 and 13, why is he the one with the stinger?
It's a fair question to ask, Tom. It really is. And I'm not sure I can give you the answer to that
Okay,
question.
just a full A
I'd love
exec
to see Grabinho
to
rocking
end the
a
game
rifle after
here.
the performance he's had, but well, he's the backup and he's the first to fall.
At least I got to see
27
Heretics
HP
Haven
left
Drop,
on
see if
Woot.
they're any good
He
at
goes
them.
out for more. Okay, Shados equalizes
Because again,
things
this,
at least,
if
but
they haven't
here's
changed
the
off
problem.
ISO, I'm
Heretics,
going
you've
to
got
be
to deal
quite worried.
with
One, they
Blue
might
and
just lose the
Rian. They
game
have two
anyway,
big
but two,
ultimates online. This man in particular,
long
if he's
term,
allowed to
it's going
survive
to be
the
very
orbital strike
bad.
and come into
He
play, but
doesn't
he doesn't know there's another player. It's an easy kill for Shadow and followed up onto with Mini Boo. Only Rian's. Trash doesn't find what it needs, and Rian's doesn't either. 12-9. 3 more for Koi in a row, and they'll get
Does
a chance
age
to close
matter
the
in
series on
football? I
by.
mean,
Patience from
to an
Shadow
extent.
there
I mean, a
was big
16-year-old just
fact
scored a
that
screamer
does not
in
overplaying
the
his
semi-final.
hand. Sure, the sacrifice of
But
Camo
that's quite
was
rare. And I think if you're
necessary.
55, you might struggle.
The problem is with this streak back and forth, it ultimately ends with Heretics closing out the game. The good thing, though, is that they finally damaged the economy of this attack side enough
Oh,
that
Koi.
there's not going to be much of a buy.
You could have won this. You actually
Few
could have won
sheriffs,
this map
maybe an outlaw
if you didn't
being
Koi
thought
some of these
about
rounds.
for Woot. And a judge for Miniboo, well, that only really screams one thing, that he's going blast packing in. I will say, the defense building up for a mid-push in a round like this, I'm terrified.
This is a huge risk, and Miniboo's got the perfect weapon for it. This could be a disaster, but luckily he's not looking the right way. Trying to hide the gun. They still saw him in time.
Well, that was a
Closer
weird
than he
risk
was
to take
expecting
against
them to be,
Nico,
but
but
that is
I guess
understandable.
it worked.
If he was looking the right way, they lose their whole team. It's a 50-50, which when you have a better buy is definitely a gamble, but it's worked out for them this time. Post plant. Still looking possible. Woot wanting to try and take the fight, but obviously an outlaw, you kind of want to be holding the angles more so than peeking into them. He's going to send Benji in first. Now they're all coming in from the same position. Looking to just play this one as a unit, which could work out for them, but could give opportunities for a couple of these kills to be traded out. The problem is they've lost pretty much all of the ground. A couple of low players. Woot
That
still
outlaw
having
skin
to
does look
play
nice
these
though.
close
You're not
rounds.
using
Actually,
ult here.
Orbital Strike going to be committed. It will slow them down at least a little bit, but still in a good spot for this retake. Throwing in
They
all
gotta
of
go,
that
to be
utility
fair.
just to try and delay them a little bit more. Benji's come up with a couple. It gets dangerous, and now Woot left in the clutch to try and turn it
There's
around.
one, it's over.
He might just have done enough. I think the time's already too far gone. He has the classic to close it, but it doesn't even matter. There's just
GG.
no time for Shados. And the back.
Okay, maybe do use ult. Who am I? Who am I to say don't use ult? Fair enough. Fair enough, Team Heretics. Good for you. Okay, whilst they're going to map 3. Another 3v5 against an eco that they lost. That's tough. Oh, what the fuck is this? I don't want a fucking companion. Outlook, forecast, prospect. Chance? The rim? The lip of something? Is the perch a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. You have an attitude, sass, cheek, and to give someone lip is to talk back to them, so it could be lip. It is. Is it going to be fish again? I mean, are these fish? I know pike and... Is this a fish? No. Which one's a fish? Luke. What's this? Temple Bridge. Lens. Camera. Classic American. Components of eyeglasses. We call them eyeglasses. Because otherwise you wouldn't know where to put them. Eyeglasses. That's why you walk on the sidewalk. Because here in America, they wouldn't know where to walk if it's not called the sidewalk. Otherwise, we'd just be all walking out in the road. Have you done strands? Yes, I've done strands. I don't know Disney quizzes. In fact, Disney actually sometimes comes up, so maybe you can help me. Can I pick the right Disney or Pixar movie or characters missing from these song tiles? Okay. My Something Face. 1989. So it's early. What was early? Lion King was 94, so pre-Lion King. Could be... When's 101 Dalmatians? Whoa, even earlier. Lightning. You? Bolt. Blank to the World. 3 Dog Night. I mean... Oh, I see. I thought it was when the fucking films came out. Okay. Unlucky. I didn't understand. Can you name these... the things in these language-related categories? Oh, the 5. Who, what, where, when, how. Why? UN official languages. English, Russian, Chinese, French, German, Arabic, Spanish. Parts of speech. Like a vocal cords? What does that even mean? Parts of speech. English subject pronouns. I, we, they, them, no. He, her, she. What? Huh? I mean, I don't know what parts of speech means. What's another fucking word? We went to the shop. I went to the shop. They went to the shop. He went to the shop. She went to the shop.
Blood doesn't even know his own language.
Us? No? Fuck. What? You went to the shop. It is just rude. Oh. Is that parts of speech or is that types of words? I would not call that parts of speech. Because if it's written down, a noun is still a noun, even if it's written down. What does it mean, parts of speech? Like, are you telling me that if I write a word down, it's not these things because, oh, that's not a part of speech? Bruh. Animal nose close-up. Ooh, lion. Elephant. Pig. Dog. Bloodhound. Rabbit. Cow. Tiger. Gecko. Chameleon. Lizard. How do you spell chameleon? Is that how you spell? What the fuck is this thing? What's after that? Shark? Is that just another fucking dog? What is that? Bear?
It's ISO. We think the best ISO in our region?
If they play ISO, they're fucked. What the fuck is this thing?
Are we seeing ISO? It's a question to me because it's like
It's shit. What is this? Is that a beaver? I don't even want to know what this is. Is that a fox down here? No? Horse? Looks like a fucking Jack Russell. A hippo? That's not a hippo. Is that a seal? Walrus. Camel. That's not a camel. Bruh. Ostrich. Rhino down here at the bottom. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Mole. Got there. Got there in the end. What the fuck is this thing at the bottom? How is this not a fucking beaver? Looks just like a beaver. What are they called? The fuck capybaras. Capybara. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. And what's this one? Otter? It's not a fucking... I'll put squirrel. It's a fucking squirrel! Bruh, that looks like a fucking beaver to me. What is this? A duck? Goose. Swan. Pelican. How... I still got... This is a camel. What else is this?
Is the beaver in the room with us, RN?
Oh, they're still playing ISO. Okay, they're fucked. Okay, that's a problem. That's not very good. A raccoon. A frog. It's a giraffe. Bro. A bald eagle. How American are you? A vulture. Koala. I mean, look, we don't have these animals. We have frogs. We don't have these animals. Other than frogs. I guess we have some eagles, I think.
Do we keep him? Is it a test for the playoffs? Or is it just like... Okay.
There's no raccoons in the UK? I don't think so.
Day 2 of requesting to check out Guest a Game, Chronophoto and Time Guess.
I've played Time Guess. Akuma, have you not been around for that long? Raccoons are not common in the UK. Oh, so I mean, they were released by pet owners. So I guess there are some, but they are not native to the UK.
I can't believe it.
Oh, wow, we've got the breach, the Silver, the Jet, exactly what
Dog Matter, thanks for the 7 months.
Can't believe it.
Also, it makes
Thank
sense, though,
you.
right? You're going to keep with what you know, the system that you know, and the one that ultimately you've spent all year trying to prove works. This is an
Did chat
opportunity
get
for
all
them
of
to
them,
do
by
that.
the way?
Sure,
There's no
playoffs
fucking
is
way
out
you
of
got
the
all
game,
of
and
them.
this will be their last game of the year, but taking down Heretics would be a huge accolade to leave and at least say, hey, if we had more time, we would have figured it out.
Have I not watched Guardians of the Galaxy? Actually, no.
Opportunity. Benji under pressure.
I mean, you know that ISO's
Full
coming for
support
you.
of his squad
Oh, Wood's
coming
already
in
dead.
already. Nice start for Shados, but they've kind of been shut out. A lot of players stuck behind the cage. The one who isn't is Camo, though. He's done well, giving them an advantage.
1v2, winnable. I mean, Shados is low.
1 versus 2. Still an
They're
opportunity.
both just
for
one
a
headshot.
Spike
They go.
not yet planted, and Shados desperately low.
A few connected bullets.
have
could
not
change
played
the
this well,
course
though.
of this already. The first onto Grabinho, tagged down lower. The rotations. How beneficial will
hold
they
even.
really be? Someone like Miniboo can rotate as soon as he suspects this to be an A play. Maybe even get there before you.
But that smoke should keep him there.
This is the problem for Koi. Instead, they take another avenue straight through to B. Grab the right side plant. By now, he shouldn't be around on A con. No, not the right side plant. In fact, the full rotation around. Luckily for them, Miniboo hasn't moved, so you might even
wanna-
get that 2 versus
do you go
1
to
close
Heaven
one.
here? I mean,
Players
Heaven
tucked in
wins.
tight corners and
You win in
a
Heaven
great
here.
opportunity presenting itself for Koi to take advantage of their low HP by catching.
Heaven is an auto win.
Spike planted.
Because you
big
know
thing
he's
was
going to
that
come this way.
he wasn't
There's
able
no
to
way you ever
capitalize
come
while
here.
somebody was planting. That was the best way for him to isolate.
Although
Now,
one makes
well,
this tough.
He can try and slide through the smoke, but look how passive the remaining players are. They're sat all the way back. They can't afford to give him a fight, so they're just going to try and play off that long control. And the thing is, it's such an awkward position. I think they've also put the cam on the spike as well. So the second he taps it, the cam's just going to ping him up. They'll know exactly where he is already, managing to get it to half, though. Buys a little bit of extra time. He's just trying to ignore the cam and almost try and bait them into that fight. Finally, the camera is gone, but he hasn't taken the pin out anyway. It doesn't make that much of a difference. In the end, Grabinho's there to trade out that kill. It will be Koi to get the pistol
Well,
under their
I mean,
belt with a very
a little
ratty
strange,
post-bomb.
but
Well, he had an opportunity, though, on the other side. Miniboo just a bullet or 2 away, and with the headshot he hit onto Shados. So close, but not close enough. Dealing with Woot early on in the pistol as well. That shield was up.
Player standing.
They managed to double tap him down and out. And of course, Grabinho is the savior of the round yet again. But a nice try by Heretics. Won't amount to much for round number 2. We'll see them come in with classics, 2 sheriffs, and pretty low hope.
Okay,
for
so
it.
when you're playing the
Instead of
ISO
just sitting
comp,
back
which,
and waiting for Demise
you know,
to
when
meet
they're
them,
playing this
they're
ISO
gonna
comp,
go
they basically
head
have to
first
be just
out, meet
super
them
aggro.
halfway.
What the
Koi
fuck is that,
stacked up
though?
around A lot of players
Doesn't
here.
seem
and
very
you can see
good.
the Heretics. This is the plan. If they go A, stun comes through.
Although
from
they seem to
Rian's,
know that
an
this is a
immediate
possibility.
Crunch. The problem is they've not gone short, they've gone long, and now there's no players to react to any of the util there.
Of course, the one investment for Woot is going to be that shield. Give him a chance to take a shot, take a fight, potentially sponge a bullet or 2 here and there, but it isn't the case. Quickly dealt with. Camo will close out as it leaves just Benji. 1 versus 5. Classic and nothing to play with.
Spike planted.
Come on, unless he plans to go down to the spike. I don't expect much more. Nice shot, at least onto Shadow. But the thing is, the player that's low doesn't really have any need or necessity to face this one.
For Benji, cost is the real
Okay,
question.
2-0. Benji wants to
Well,
watch this
he
England
doesn't
game.
kill Shados.
No
One thing I
doubt.
will say is they've taken shields off 4 of the players.
Again,
so
8 p.m.
some
hard out. I don't care if
reinvestment,
this game
but
doesn't
it's still a
finish by
lot.
then. Don't
That's a
care.
dangerous sign.
I'm
I
ending
mean,
the
that's already
stream.
1 donor owed.
Don't care about any of you.
And Andaluthia flawless. That will at least keep the economy of this Koi roster very strong. They're going to invest back into another rifle for this next round. And okay, you've got an ultimate online, but it's only really going to be useful for those rotations.
Oh, I dinked the Sofa as well. Okay.
Team Heretics playing worse because of the no stakes. I mean, possibly, yes.
But already such an aggressive stance. This is the one thing with the neural theft that could actually be really useful. If they can get an opening pick, they're going to be able to figure out the defense. And with how dynamic we're expecting
Okay, very aggro on
defensive
C.
Neon to be, that could be pretty important.
Now, because he's taken an ult orb as well, he's made it feel like there's potentially 2 players there. They just droned out A as well. Probably a mistake. Although I guess on a bonus round, you kind of, yeah, contacting back up. Not an awful idea, but they're about to die
Instead,
here.
dry contact. Miniboo not able to hit the shot to start with, but that's the information. Jets on the
Gonna
way.
send it now.
Smoke down from Omen as well. Lots of players here. Shield activated. Woot's ready for a fight.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game. It's an FPS
That's the
game.
shield gone. Skadoosh, thanks for the 6 months.
Heretics.
That's the main thing now. A lot of a shorter time frame for you to get something done with the shield, and once it's
So
gone,
now we just have a
there's no
useless
getting it back.
agent.
A couple of kills does absolutely nothing. Shadow's position is a valuable one. It's whether anybody actually clears this fully, and it doesn't look like they're going to.
No, that's a huge late
Shadow's
round
gonna
play for
get
Shadow.
back
All the
Garrett
teammates on
control.
site need to do is slow down this push.
And this is gonna help him as well.
To find the first
You
utility
know they're
to
all
pull him
coming
out into the
CT.
open on long, but Camo's still to be rooted from the site. He's a menace right now, and that's allowing Shadow to come through. Only good for the one. This has come very close in the end. The reveal. Oh, what a shot by Rienz. Still a chance.
2v2.
The side of Koi, they have to spam through the smokes, and Rienz is just body blocking it, guarding it, and well, he might go down, but it looks like the spike's already diffused. Right
Okay, that
under
was a
their
big
nose.
win. Koi should
Heretics
not have
found
lost
it.
that
That's
round,
2-1.
really.
That's the thing. We don't have much data for either of these teams. Even the one map that was won is the only on record for Heretics. But one thing that we can say about that was Rienz was
Still, I mean, it's not a
23-12
bad
in that
bonus, but
match.
they should have won that round.
Unbelievable performance from him on an individual basis, and I think that's something that needs to be highlighted. Is in this team there is roles that a lot of the time you consider very supportive. Like he sat there on a breach. He's going to be setting up stuns, throwing in flashes. But this guy can put up ridiculous numbers while doing all of that, and it's the sole reason they have a round on the board right now.
Well, he was hungry for kills. Maybe he was hungry for the donor as well, but not the ace. It's only Grabinho that's eating well tonight. Koi dashing in towards the site. A lot of space taken by Camo. A lot of damage done with the spams too.
Okay,
Boot
fast
barely
exec.
holding
This should
to
be
life.
on for most rounds as well. Weird to do it against the
shot
breach
dart
ult, but
chasing them down.
I guess it
extra
is what it
damage to
is.
Rienz and Boot, 8 HP. He'll wrap around to the other side.
Will
A
they
big battle
bother to
about
use
go
it
down.
here, or
Camo's
will they
pushing in.
save
The
it?
first player very low. The second, oh, he's not expecting it. The timing works out eventually.
And they have to play a bit more passive. Rolling Thunder going to make things tougher. Forcing them back already. Aftershock buys him
Okay,
in
Shadow
time.
gets
Miniboo
one,
comes
and he does
flying,
well enough
but
to
there's still another player
get
to
them a
deal
second.
with. They're trying to get players to peak, but
Gonna be
that
a
one way's
save now,
making it
and
awkward, and Grabinho knows it.
That money's going to be really
For
bad
Rienz.
here,
At
Heretics.
this time, it's just going to have to be the save. An immediate response from Koi. A fast take of that B site. And I like the fact that they left Camo around as basically just to disrupt it. Like, you want to have yourself all that utility. You want to have yourself that rolling thunder with
Do I
the
think
full
we're
team
winning
going
Euros?
in. Well,
Spain.
you can't, because I'm going to cause problems while you try and do that.
You know, often it's when teams are at that make or break time that we see the true form come out. And I think coming into this series for Heretics, it has to be hard to prep. Although Koi haven't gone crazy. Like, we were expecting some wild compositions, just the team to be unleashed. You
So,
know,
and they got the
there's
breach ult
nothing
out there
to
as
play
well.
for past
Not looking good for
five
Heretics, but then again, they are playing
They
with
have come through
essentially
and played a
one
regular
agent
game,
down.
And I wonder to what extent Heretics expected to
So,
see this face.
that's
of
always
Koi
tough
today,
when you're doing
because
that.
I know many of us didn't. Even with the recent performances, with the uptick this team's been having, pretty much since pressure came off their shoulders. The second that they believed they were down and out of playoffs, they became a different team. And a team I think they're much more happy to be. Hello. I'm surprised he gets away with that one, but again, the patience of Koi. They're not looking to overextend into these fights. Shield already broken. Woot stuck up close, and all they have to do is deal with the players further away.
Just
I'm not
chill,
sure it's
man.
worth committing to now with the smoke.
Plenty of
down. That's a
time, no
big
need to
risk.
rush.
They've got him anyways.
It's a round where you don't have a lot to lose. I am also curious. Obviously, I think we've seen them thrive more on the attack. In the one map that they played, it was a 9-1 attack side after a pretty poor defensive half. But I'm intrigued to see when heading into playoffs.
I want to get into football, but don't want to oil up. Any suggestions?
If they're going to keep the ISO.
I mean,
And
there's
just
plenty of
in
ways of
general
doing
when
that.
They play it on other maps as well, because I feel like we're now witnessing that shield can just be avoided.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't last long enough that unless you're already in the thick of it, it's not too problematic. And even just a small tag of a wall bang or something like that can remove it immediately. And then you look at the rest of the kit. I don't think the shield has shown any real value. I can't think of too many rounds where anyone's done anything with that. And okay, the vulnerable is pretty cool, but it's just not enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, obviously the shield is huge for the ult.
They got 18
so on, but
seconds. They're walking into a stack site.
Pick up the pace. Stun has kept them back as well. Miniboo stun again.
I mean,
10
this is
seconds.
just awful.
Flash goes through. It's behind most of the players. They know Miniboo's here, but dealing with them is a different story. 3 kills themselves, and the round is put to bed by
I mean, that's
Mini
so
Boo.
bad.
They didn't have much to work with in this round, but by God, they
That
didn't
is so
need
bad.
it. Pay safe,
Why
got
do we
thrifty
need you
for Team
walking out
Heretics.
on C if we're not going to have time to
For
get to
Mini Boo.
you? And why are you just
It's
chilling
one of
back
those
here?
rounds as well where you have to feel like Koi assumed they had the right read, but they knew in the late stage of that round
TMV, did you hear that if England win today, Southgate will be knighted, and all you Brits will have to refer to him as Sir?
Look, I don't hate Southgate.
But then they just go walking
I just
into
think he's a bit of a
completely
football
stacked side,
terrorist. but-
knowing that because they ran out of time.
In fact, I don't even think he's a
there was
football
no one
terrorist. I
there
just
with
think
about
he is a
16
boring
seconds left.
conservative man.
When you're up against an eco, you just can't do that. There's gonna be risks
Which
taken.
isn't a crime.
Already a
Maybe it should
flying
be.
Start with Shadow down.
Here.
Not even really sure where he died.
Did it come up that it was a wall bang? Because I like.
It
yeah.
did.
Okay. So that was straight through the window. He goes for the left side
So
wall
through the
from Boo's
window and
perspective.
through the wall.
Well, no, actually, the window was the wall. It was the
Oh,
wall
okay.
of the window. So
Okay.
it didn't go through both, unfortunately, but you know, close enough.
I like that song.
To the
Keep
window.
going.
Not
Got
already.
the words.
But yeah, sweat drips down my something. Nonetheless, Camo up close. Blade Storm, he's already vulnerable, but he doesn't care. First shot connected. And actually looks to go a little bit further. Gonna try and stick into the corner. They don't have a paranoia to play with.
I missed
But
it.
already leading the charge will be Minibu again.
Fight it heavy.
Left
Why?
vulnerable.
Why?
Just gonna have to try and retreat on this one. There isn't a flank coming through, all from the same angle. Shadows does well. In
Okay,
fact,
they
and
win
it's
anyway.
another, and
I mean,
just
if
a
Koi didn't
quick
fucking
cleanup.
troll the
Other
last round,
remaining
they could have
players
been
are
way
caught.
out in front.
I like the start of it as well. ISO
What if
vulnerable,
Fraudiola
okay,
goes to the
so
national
Mini Boo
team?
can come in,
Then
ult in,
everyone
and do
else is
so much
fucked.
damage, and it's such a tough
You
target
literally
to hit.
don't stand a fucking
But digging
chance.
deep in those late
If
plays,
we signed
Shadows,
Fraudiola,
we mentioned it on the last
you
round,
are
map
all
number 2 of Bind.
fucked.
You know, he was unbelievable on Icebox. Big clutches, big plays, but just couldn't find his footing on Bind. And we started Bind out with a lot of rounds where Koyer like pushing through smokes into heavy stacks. Spike is down, and my guys.
Okay,
have
Mini
3v5.
Boo with the
He has
one
to find
rifle.
the value there. But now, well, he is
Should
activated.
Koi try and sign
leading the charge, just
Guardiola?
like Rubinho was.
Like
back in
Guardiola.
previous. Benji Fishy, Cam up, and
Nice shot.
he's in. What a duel on the Shadow, catching him by surprise, to say the least. Camel's at least aware of that trap, but not of the player in the smoke. That was nasty.
This is so weird. They managed to take the link one TP behind, but they didn't run into anybody.
Oh, Mini Boo
Now
got
with the
there just
rifle,
in
but again,
time.
It just
2v2.
doesn't seem to be working for him right now on the ISO. As said, I expect that to
Icebox
change
is
when
going
he
to
gets
get
onto the
ult from
attack, but as a
plant. Again, you
defensive
want to go
agent, the
heaven here
value
for sure.
is null and void.
Like you,
Even still-
Grabinho, go to heaven. Like
Into
after
the
this
2v2
ping,
they go.
get to heaven.
Starzo and Grabinho. They've got a lot of positions.
Well, it's
they
not a
could
great
really
plant for heaven. I mean, they have the
take if
breach
wanted
ult to
I
get
think
back in.
heaven might be the point of call. They're wary of somebody rotating through the spawn, but they've both gone
Rolling Thunder.
in the other direction.
They can run the clock down with Rolling Thunder. Grabinho can come out of heaven and crunch on them afterwards. There's no need to panic. There's no need to take aggressive angles. First is the stun and a flash. It's all just a delay. And here comes the Rolling Thunder. The point of contact. Big play coming out of heaven, perhaps.
Well, it
It's
didn't
being
hit
watched,
Benji, though.
Benji Fishy's got the control. It's only used to delay. I mean, this is the problem. Now you have to fight. You have to take this duel. Paranoia is perfect. It's already halved, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, well played by Koi in the end. They get there.
Pressure. They managed to make it work, and yeah, Starzo goes down to the spike, but a win's a win. 5 rounds now on
Good
the
holding
board
off
for
on the
this
Rolling
attack
Thunder
side.
on the
They are
first half.
building them up, and I think, yeah, a big factor of this is the fact that Woot's just being avoided. Like you say, attack side, it's going to be different, but here on the defense, every time he goes for the shield, he's either shut down or they just wait it out.
I'm not sure. I think in that like madness, even though they don't win the round, I think Minibu managed to use the speed to jump over the ult. Because I don't think he got hit by the Rolling Thunder, but I definitely think he was in it.
Okay.
So I don't know if he just managed to hit the timing perfectly, but...
Okay, timeout. Not looking good. Not looking good. $13-6 and Thinking Man's Valorant will miss no game time as this game will end at 7:58. If it's 13-6 off, like, I thought you were good at Valorant. You understand that it's already 5-2. If it ends 13-6, this game will be well before. I'll get a good 20 minutes before. If this is 13-6. Maybe you're used to America's streams where they have a massive pause in the middle, but here in the EMEA, we don't have a pause in the middle. What does football terrorism mean? It means the equivalent of just playing very boring.
It is a big step up for a lot of these players. I'm talking about Camo and
just
Grabinho
awful to watch football.
Obviously, the rest have quite a bit more experience, but I think the longer we've seen Grabinho on this stage, the better he has got week in, week out.
There's been a couple players like that warming up to playing on the stage. The team they're in as well. I think
See, it always makes me laugh though, because people used to think that like,
well, he is in trouble.
and people do still think that playing like, you know, Tony Pulis, you know, long ball, that is anti-football. But people have also started to realize that tiki-taka is the most boring way of playing.
Gorgeous stuff. His ult used well.
Okay,
Catch
2v3.
Starzo off, remove breach utility, remove
People are sick of teams that just pass it around at the back now. Rightfully so. It used to annoy me when they didn't, when it first came in. Because it's like, tiki-taka is boring. It's horrible.
I mean, we've seen the rotations to A. Post plants have been strong there, but they don't have the information that it's clear.
Yeah, they use the Hunter's Fury just to bring this round back a little bit, but it doesn't mean they don't have it for the post plant.
Heretics just sticking together, playing it smart.
They definitely have to be wary of, but it's 10 seconds before he'll get another smoke, so that will fade. In the meantime, though, Heretics are using this time. They're trying to clear out those backlines positions, and especially for Shadow, that's going to make things pretty rough.
Passing around the back isn't tiki-taka to me. I mean, then you didn't watch. You didn't watch tiki-taka football.
Obviously had to look away, heard the steps coming into the site, and while boost timing couldn't be any better. It's going to be Heretics to get their third round, and what, a bit of a return for Woot.
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken as well, Woot went into the ult having already lost the shield, and it's rare that you see that, taking just a...
Tiki-taka, when it was being played by, like, Barcelona and Guardiola, was largely about safety, because we're not the philosophy was basically, we can't concede if we have the ball.
I think we see the value, certainly, of...
It was a lot of possessions for possession's sake.
So the ulti, but even the wall used to help isolate some angles on the way through.
No, they had like a Messi.
Definitely live without though, for the most part.
So obviously, like you'd get moments of. Obviously, that Barca team had such crazy players that you could play any style and you'd fucking it'd be amazing.
And just put him on Jet. And I feel like the answer is yeah.
It could be. We'll see how the attack shapes up. The tip of the spear having a second lease of life. Someone like Wu.
Why are Man City good?
Different ball
Because
game.
they've got the best players.
Backing off. They wanted to fight
and the best manager.
Wanted to go down on long and take that duel instead. They're leaving the site, leaving Boo to do everything. He spotted them. A bit of a jump scare. He didn't think they were that close already. The shield's activated and straight through, but Camo deals with two.
Nice from Koi again.
Work.
Just no info.
Heretics
I
are
feel
locked
safe.
out. 5 versus 2 retake on A.
Best lawyers? Yeah, best lawyers. Because of Tiki-taka? No, Tiki-taka died a while ago.
Even delaying a little bit to make sure those ultimate
Tiki-taka died probably around
again,
20.
It seems like almost just a blip on the radar. You wouldn't look at
15?
this match and think
16?
if this is your first time seeing
Because players got too
first time
fit.
seeing these teams that Heretics were the lights out heavy favorite going into this matchup, but right now
Is the manager the same as a coach? Yeah. Basically.
we are witnessing again just another fantastic showing for Koi. It really is unfortunate that again you look at the sort of
How are Madrid good? Because they got good players.
They're not really going to help them, especially with a lot of teams now looking to get to 5 wins. It's just not possible for them to do that.
Yeah, teams just got better at pressing and just like they were physically fit enough to play. Like teams just got good enough to where if you just passed around in front of them, they could just defend for 90 minutes and you just end up drawing.
They were at least able to get themselves 8 rounds in their attack and then still lost to a dominant Heretics attack. Now, to say that will happen again, guaranteed, sure. So, I wouldn't expect it to go the same way, but it does mean that Heretics could work with
How did Leicester win?
rounds.
Because everyone else shit the bed. And
I mean, this setup, especially in those early
I don't
rounds,
know, they just were in good form.
Here again, we see the
and they had like a good
coin.
system.
Either Woot is activating
But they won on a relatively low amount of points.
The ultimate is
Let's be
different.
real.
He pulls them into a different dimension.
I mean, a very
takes the
low
fights,
amount of
but
points.
in a
What did they win on?
conventional
70
round,
something?
He's been activating it and being avoided, or activated it and then double headshot.
Wrecked, yeah.
Yeah, like it's been really impressive by Koi.
But yeah,
because
they had Kante, who was probably one of the best players in the world. We just didn't know
late
it.
into the round and so on. Like after 2 kills, it doesn't reset anymore. There's definitely, and instead of 20 seconds, it's 12 seconds that the shield's online for. Those are big changes, but ultimately for Koi, you know, the first fight you take against the guy is the same as it was before, but they're winning it again and again. I have to put that down to Camo. He's been winning most of those duels.
How to
Definitely
watch
not
the
shying
Euros
away from the
online?
fight. I think
Depends
that's
where
the
you
biggest
are.
thing. Nice work from Boo.
Spike down A.
That's Shadow going to be gone from this round, and I'll be interested to see how they react. It seems like the defense have gambled. They have sent everybody
Thoughts on
back
Yamal?
over to this A side, leaving Benji.
A lot of time you see that people who are that young play, they tend to burn out quite early.
Either of the remaining sides.
But he's pretty good.
It's whether or not Koi can sort of find a gap. The cam on B is only going to give him the info. It's not going to slow them down.
Football rules need to
It
change.
seems like Rubinho is now trying to sell the idea that that's the
The
direction they're
handball
going
rule
in.
needs to change, but other than that, no.
Attack. Rubinho's not going to be doing too much. But the information, look at it. Yeah, Heretics have 3 players towards Akon. The blind is good. Used up by the attacker, used up by Rubinho to keep them back on B. The problem is with 15 seconds left, that Spike better hightail it into the B site for a plant, and there's 3 players stood by and ready. Flash is going to be used to get him across, and straight into the corner for the plant.
They're gonna get it down.
He's just about got it on timing. Starzo wants to create an opportunity. He's staying close!
Oh,
but he
how's he
misses
not gonna
the shots. Oh, it's a disaster. That was a big opportunity. Even still, they were behind, and they would have had to have many more big plays. Instead, they fall flat on their face.
Yeah, and then Andaluthia flawless for Heretics to get back onto the board. As said, 4 or 5 rounds, it could easily be enough
Okay, 6-4.
for their attack side to drag this through, although the data is literally 1 map, so I want to give Koi the benefit of the doubt. And
do you think my
especially
boys
if you're gonna
Spurs
have
got
someone
any
like Cam
chance
on
to
the
win
operator,
Europa
I
League or
think
do
that-
well in the
No.
Prem? I think there is a chance if we have a good summer and fix our set piece defense.
No.
If not, you should agree to save us.
6-4. Still in
Bro,
the lead,
you're a
and thus
Spurs
far,
fan.
we have seen no more than 1 round in a row for the side of Heretics, so a very good opportunity for a response.
I mean, to be honest, obviously this comp is definitely going to do better on the attack side, you would think, for Heretics. So if they can get 5, I think they'll be probably pretty good. You would have thought.
Koi've got rifles, still able to fully buy. No ultimates for either team. It's a more vanilla round. They've spotted Rian.
Should have seen.
They know he's on the back of this side. The flash hasn't caught them either. I mean, the teammates are going to need to flood in, and Wood has done that. Mini Boo, even quicker on the scene. That's 3 kills for him.
Okay, well, there's your
He
5th.
has single-handedly slowed and stopped the push.
Where
With
is
Shade off at
Wolverhampton?
half and bullets whizzing past his head.
In the
There's a
West
minute on the clock,
Midlands.
but a 1 versus 4 needed to have any hope.
There's not really anywhere to go either.
If I could choose between
can
being a
try and
DFM fan or a
go back
Spurs fan,
all the way
who
around
wins
to
something
try and
first?
get A,
DFM in
get
Valorant
them a
or
plant, maybe earn a
Spurs?
few extra credits, but I don't think it's going to hold any more value than the rifle that's currently in his hands, and I think he's made that realization as well. The
That
climb
honestly
back
is a good
from
question.
Heretics definitely seems to have the catalyst of Miniboo. Like that's
No,
been
I'm
the-
just saying
We've
DFM.
seen some, I guess, quieter performance from him individually recently, especially when you consider like the initial version of the roster with Padatek. I think it's definitely been a shift to more players picking up the slack rather than just him zooming around.
Who is
but
winning tonight?
this map is
Motivate
definitely
your
looking more
answer
like
and try not to be
that
biased.
superstar youngster,
England are
which,
winning.
well, nobody really wants to come up on the server
7-0.
against. Even still, Koi are going to be in the lead. The main thing here will be, can they hold on to the gun? I think there should just be enough time. It's going to be Benji who takes that initial peek, and actually, he's going to win the duel.
Last round before the
That's a big kill.
Not biased?
One
Yeah,
less
no.
weapon for Koi. Right. And as we said, 5 is already
Remember this: if
quite
Spurs
okay.
win Europa League next season, you will actually have to follow through and get oiled up.
Watch that a few more times. I don't think I'd be able to make any sense of it.
I don't think that's what I said.
He's back. Exactly, Weber. And this is the thing. Yep. That's going to put the morale pretty high. I mean, my guy knows his headshot angles. His crosshair placements.
Am I
on
watching
point. His
Fnatic
spams.
Liquid if it's not? I mean,
Before,
that
so
game will not start
6 to
before
5,
8.
Already hitting the baseline.
This will be our last
expectation
map.
For what should be enough for Heretics to close
And
this
if this
out when
goes
they
deep
move to the
overtime, we
attack,
might
now
not
a
even
chance
end
to
then.
extend that further to equalize things.
Oh, Benji
That's
left.
a big gap.
Oh,
Camo
they all
able to make
missed.
it that close undetected, but Mini Boo. Nice corner. Oh, we're back and forth. It's hard to track, but it is for Koi as well. There's fights across the map, and they've lost A control. Now looking only to move to C, which is left wide open, but a 4 versus 3. Good position for Heretics, realistically, especially with Koi having nothing to watch their back.
A single kill for Benji would reveal the rest, but you've also got the overdrive available. Camo's actually going to try and make a move now, but they're watching for it. They're ready for it, and the knives are not connected.
Ooh.
He doesn't have a gun as backup. It's a classic on 5 HP.
They do have breach
If he gets
ult.
a kill from
You
here,
have
I'd
to
be
be
impressed. The
proactive here.
Rolling Thunder is going to be the main difference maker. Can they set this up? Rolling Thunder there immediately, and it is going to push the forward already, though. The paranoia for counter is enough.
These two
Dodging
didn't
the
run
utility.
forward with it. What the
Boo
f? You
holding
have
the
one
line,
chance to win the
even
round,
still,
and that was it.
Only 2 players now to try and hold on. Nice shot, at least from Sarzo. That's going to give them something, a chance. And Shadow up above is a bit of a peculiar spot, if anything. He's found another. They don't expect him above, and Starzo's actually doing it all, running into the smoke. They're going to take this round away. It was looking like a done deal in the 2 versus 4, but Starzo steps up when matters.
Everybody loves an underdog, Tom, and in these.
Why
in
don't
this
we either
series
go
so
together
far, it
or
feels
wait
like
for this
every time
guy?
we have a clear-cut favorite.
Yeah.
They fall again and again. There's been a few rounds that have closed out conventionally, but I can count those on one hand. Some of these shots from Stars.
I mean, it helps. So we bait our jet, we waste the breach ult, but
immediately
just win anyway, I guess.
can't ask for much more than that. And Barbar's on his feet. 7 rounds locked in at halftime. But it does mean that Heretics have made this close enough that it's anyone's game. This pistol could carry a lot of weight. Koi have been pretty good in them. Koi have been pretty good in them when they lose a player or two. That's what they need to do. Lose the opening pick, maybe even the follow-up. Then it's theirs.
Oh. Now they do have to deal with Wu on the attack. And as I said, I feel like this is where the agent can still thrive.
Oh yeah.
You're in a little bit more control of when the timing of the hits will
Okay, so we
happen.
put a deep camera
Knowing
out
where
towards A.
somebody is, maybe with a solid piece of utility. Shadow. Yeah. Oh, he actually wins. What? He got away with 2 while being flashed up. They even
2
used the
and
paranoia
got
to kill him
out of
off.
paranoia as well.
Well, you talked about having an early deficit. I'm sorry, Mitch, it's not happened.
Yeah, well, that means Koi are going to lose the round from what I've seen, Tom. They needed a 2-man disadvantage right now. But in all seriousness, great work. I think Wu didn't activate the shield going around the corner. They thought the flash would
Hey,
be
they
enough.
did
And
do
to
a
be
little
honest, the
damage.
flash should have been enough. Pretty unbelievable performance.
Well, yeah, there at least should have been a trade, right?
For sure.
Him getting
Yeah,
away with
full
2.
breach util and
Impressive.
dash
utility,
and flash
almost
and 2
wasted.
smokes.
But now it comes down to those clutch scenarios. As said, we've seen most of these seemingly go in the other direction. Rian set up with a stun. Benji down below. The count stun's perfect though. Shados clinical. Make sure this doesn't go too far out of control. Rian's though has other ideas. He's gonna go down, and well, not this time.
I'll play back away.
No clutch to be had.
They're even
It's
trying to
Koi
bait out their
convert the
util as
pistol
well
round
by
and
jumping
extend
here
that lead
whilst
just
they
a
did an
little further.
aftershock.
They've done it even with the early advantage. Hey, look, that's an improvement. 8 rounds on the board. I've
Okay,
been really impressed
big
by
for
this
Koi.
squad so far.
We went from what
And
should have been
honestly,
6-6, we're now 8-5.
I said it starting out the series that they've... That's ridiculous.
Yep.
That's actually surreal that he got away with 2. But yeah, I said coming in that Koi, they've looked better. They've had an uptick. And it's a challenge. But in my mind, it was 2-0 to Heretics. Honestly, you could put any maps. Just give Koi the selection of all 3 maps they're going to play. No bans. I'd still go with Heretics.
July
It's just been
17th,
such
meet me on the
consistent team
virtual
persistent
gridiron
players.
on
Koi
NCA
being
at 25.
But
Loser
now,
will
a
have
lot
to
of
get
recovery
oiled
will
up and
change.
post on the
This will be
TC
their first
Discord.
defeat in Split 2. At the very end.
No.
It'll be the first time they've lost after a fairly.
Also,
I guess,
how would I'm gonna guess you're
first
from
split.
America, Big Maxi. And if
They've
so,
looked
how the
unstoppable
fuck would I play
ever
against you?
since. Oh, Miniboo's still going strong. That is so risky
no.
from Grabinho. Wanted to try and capitalize, ends up handing a gun over. It's worked
Oh,
out
no.
for Woot as well. This time the shield works for him. Now we're looking at Camo and Shadow. They might not have let the last round slip, but they've got to try and stop this one from slipping away as well.
Like the reveal, it's good, but 2 players up close. Dealing with them is going to be a different story. Cloudburst to try to give a little extra cover, but
Oh, no.
it's just not enough. Team Heretics have fought back in
I don't
this
know why we
round.
had to chase
That's going
that
to be an
kill.
upsetting one for Koi. You know, we think
Who's a
about how
representative?
this one starts out. Pistol goes.
Kid, I
forward.
choose you.
They then should get the follow-up 9-6.
We have had
That's a
some
pretty big
matches
gap. That's
now.
a good bit of
Was
wiggle room.
TH better with Petite?
economy's in the
I
dirt,
feel like
and it should
TH
be
hasn't had
8-7.
that good of an
And as
pref
well,
this
look at the
split.
HP left
They
on
haven't
Woot.
been very
The shield literally
convincing.
did save his life.
I mean, they haven't lost a
16
game.
health. 1 extra shot, the one that hit the shield, would have taken him down. Instead, he's able to find more value.
I think just a bit of an overcommitment, like desperately trying to trade out that first kill, and it ends up just being the domino effect. You give Miniboo opportunities, and well.
Okay, big win back for Heretics. Wait, is Nick here?
Like,
What's the England team, Nick? Is Trippier playing?
Poor. I think you'd need a spot to go unchecked. I think C-Long as well is one of the positions where the shield can actually work. Send it through. While you try and clear the close corners. For now, though.
Is it just the same team except
Gay?
Yeah.
Patient. Wait to see if there is any level of aggression. Wood's going to be the one to take charge. Shield not yet activated. He's waiting to see if they're actually going to go in this direction. And for now, it seems like they're actually going to fall all the way off.
Oh, again, they got Shadow pushed up.
Oh, I thought to the A site. Quicker movement by Miniboo, though. Might not be going to contact over. There's a bit of danger with Shadow tucked in the opposite corner. And he
Spike looked like he was going back A, though. But
glad to see them go the other direction. Problem is, up close is Camo, waiting for someone to step into that smoke, and Miniboo might be toying with the idea of it, but he won't go through. Instead, just the spams that tagged him up, made it easier for Benji to follow through. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them just concede the site. Benji has no support there, and him sticking around is a little risky.
I guess the goal here now for Koi is how much damage can they do? Can they hold a player or two in? Seems like Whoop just trying to gamble a little bit. Good position from Shados. Grabinho has actually found another, so again, they're making it costly, but you have to bear in mind that all of these weapons are retrieved. It's going to be the double. They're still on that defuse, but eventually Woot gets the job done. An attempt is going to be made, but it's never even going to get close.
I mean, I got fairly close, I would say.
Guns dropped, but look at the money that's already there for Heretics. It's not going to do much.
I don't know. I'd say it never got close, Tom. There was less than a second on the defuse, I think, at one point. But yeah, the last guy had no chance. Yeah, but again, we see these risks, right? Benji on the backside, able to be isolated and taken down. Then you have a player in window trying to make that sneaky play, but they have the weapon advantage.
TMV, I will play on the Brit servers. That's how confident I am. I will teach you what freedom is, Ego. I'll see you there July 17th.
You miss all your shots that are just blind shots, right?
I'm not even sure you can do that, can you? I don't think you can change yourself.
Like the idea from Koi, but it was a cage
maybe you can,
for
I
them
don't know.
there. Blocks them out completely.
Either way.
That early dash, that early aggression is now cancelled out. Player sent back towards C. And with no information really, other than a Cypher was there, but that doesn't tell you that it's a C play. It could easily be the lurk.
Oh no. The time. It could be worse, but actually managed to get back around the corner.
I'm a shock.
Yeah, somehow he's come out of that better, which when you think about how
so
that started,
Cypher's over on A, you know that at this point.
But even still, the rest of the team
They're drift towards A, but Grabinho is also drifting back across. He's used his paranoia.
But it's whether or not they can actually hold on to any of that control. Now, it seems like the plan is just going to be to try and activate the cage if somebody walks into a trip, and then Shados is going to, hopefully for them, find a kill through it. But for now, doesn't look like it's gone to plan. A retake from here is definitely not going to be easy, especially considering they've already used their paranoia. So it's only going to be that breach you two.
Yeah, and all traps were put on the A site. It
now
opens the door for
5
Benji's
5v5.
lurk. They has given it up, but it's in the back of Koi's mind. They'll be a little quicker going through for this play, and already lost one up top. Rotation through from Benji.
You need to create more pressure there, I think, before Shadows swing.
Covered on the site itself, and Koi are already
we're just gonna fucking
away.
save. Are you
Doesn't
kidding
look
me,
like
Koi? Are you kidding?
Especially with a post plant rolling thunder from Rian's, this just doesn't seem like a round that's worth laying down these weapons, laying down the shields that you have too, for an opportunity that isn't really beckoning. We're looking at an 8-8 scoreline. The question is how many weapons can Koi save? One player already stuck in the corner. Stun does not land. Woot resetting a few times in this fight, and it's dangerous. But eventually, it seems like they have run for the hills. The weapons will be carried through.
The rest of the team didn't even seem too committed to taking that out of play. And I don't think it's too often you're going to see a round where 9 players are left standing at the end of it.
Here.
The thing is, though, again, like you have that initial setup. The only real goal is to get an opening pick for you, and then you're meant to have what's available for the retake. They'd also already used paranoia, and that's where it becomes so difficult, because we've seen many a time the sort of stun paranoia combos with a flash from breach, and it's not too much of a problematic scenario to fight back from. But without that, it can become pretty difficult. Some AIM Labs training.
It's fine you're scared, TMV. We all know what happened the last time the US and UK faced off. Eagle.
And the rest of the players are slow walking.
The last time the UK and the US faced off.
Passive play from Koi. On the C side, smoke's gonna go down.
You mean the War of 1812? You mean the War of 1812 where we burned down the White House? You mean that fucking war? You mean the war where we would have taken back fucking America if it wasn't for fucking Napoleon? You mean that fucking war?
Eventually it is destroyed.
You mean that war? You mean that one? When we burned down the White House? Remember that one?
Spamming that is definitely risky, but it's done a lot. Rolling Thunder available, but I think he's waiting for his teammates to fall back a little bit.
It was a draw. It was a draw literally because Napoleon. Without Napoleon, you are fucking nothing.
Look to battle and Rians wins another fight, but Woot loses his in the ult. It leaves this all on Taboo. Spamming from afar, needs to land some of these shots he's not going to. Good retake from Koi, even up against 2 ultimates. They're going to make that one work.
Very nicely done.
Ah yes, make sure you get the from the shadows.
You think burning down the White House is an accomplishment? We almost did that. The 6th of January. You're not special. That's a good one from Double A.
Like, I think I got him, guys.
Guys, we're doing a prac round where you have to play a post plant completely stunned.
Oh, yeah,
that's some of your better work,
Double A. They were
A.
certainly blinded. Corbinho did a great job. The fact that he goes into the ult, takes the fight. I think he was the one, right, that was taken into the duel against Woot, and he came out of it immediately. Managed to take a second. For Koi, a lead, a slight one, very thin margin. Oh, and almost an early loss. Corbinho lucky to be alive.
Oh, there's so much utility being
Our freedom still haunts you, blood. That's why we have the better football. And don't forget you're a Vikings fan.
Again, it's another scenario where Woot has the shield, but it just achieves nothing. They're so ready just going for that second headshot. Already, a 3 versus 5, a kill needed, but there are a few tagged up players that could cause issues for Koi.
Corbinho,
Koi aren't gonna win this now, are they? I was ready for the Team Heretics. Sorry, I got distracted by the fucking. Oh, they're gonna save now, aren't they? 5v3 into 3v3. We save.
And they're moving out to clear the angles. You can see Miniboo waiting for the garage walkout and a late wrap back around Rienz. Well, he's waiting for the very same thing. Looks like we're about to see Corbinho walk straight into him. Free kill, stun in, spams. They're close, and he's even spotted the player now. No way to continue that defuse, but it's gotten to half. A chance perhaps for Koi. The body block. Oh, the shot from Rienz is perfect.
What was that?
Through the wall, headshot onto Camo. That only left one target for Miniboo, which he was quick to clean up. We're back to neck and neck, 9-9. But, well, I think it's safe to say the momentum is moving towards the attackers now.
Oh, even Nick's giving it fucking large.
Again, just winning in a 3v5 scenario.
Yeah, I mean,
these aggressive
it's a fair point on
it.
Enjoy Project 2025.
To highlight Rienz, his utility is what ultimately delays enough for them to get the kill on the person trying to defuse, but he also then gets a kill of his own. Koi under pressure, and they're going to take themselves a pause for it.
You won't be so proud of America when you're living under Project 2025, I'm sure. This match is still going on, yes. What was my reaction after the Tories lost? It was happy. Come on.
The board. Like,
well, who do I want to win? Koi would be kind of worrying, but also kind of funny. Did I vote Reform? No, Zolwek, I did not vote Reform. Also, there's a ton of fucking Europeans like, oh, did you vote Reform? All this. Like, half of you have, like, far-right governments, so you can fucking shut up.
A lead, let's say. Yeah. I'm not going to do them dirty and over-exaggerate it. But then to have it slip out of your hands, you know, as I said, this accolade of, well, you know, we finished out and we beat Heretics. If that was the start of the season, who knows? Who knows? They might lose that little pride option, depending on how this one goes. Double digits for one team here.
I said they would be if they can win this map, the only team to beat Heretics in Split 2. They have been unstoppable. They've lost maps here and there last couple of weeks. But now, already qualified, looking for that #1 seed, looking to overtake Foot after already beating them earlier in the season.
Here.
All they need is a victory here to claim that #1, which is where probably
What's going
most
on?
people
It's
put them at this point
9-9,
anyway.
and I'm bored of this game. But I will stay for the next 13 minutes. We actually might. What was it, Alpha? You said 1958 or something. You actually might be correct.
This round,
although you did say 13-6, and again, this game would already kind of be over.
Done with very little. I think Camo is the man to watch, and well, Shadow's already gone.
Oh, and so is Camo. A clean shot from Woot. The confidence with the shield in play. But it looks like he'll finally have to stop and run that shield all the way down. Still, it's done its job. And with these weaker weapons, it's very tough to get back into this site. Shados looking for a nice shot. Could have opened up an opportunity. Even then, chances would be slim. But with him down, we maybe start to approach the idea of containment for Koi. Killing anybody that over-aggresses, making it costly. Remember, like, we're getting towards the home stretch. At this point, you really need to start that economy management here and now. But the problem is Heretics aren't going into them. They're not giving them the opportunities to take weapons away.
Nick, did you ban that person? I did think it was like,
5 players carrying through to the next.
look, I'm happy to. I know a lot of streamers say no politics. I enjoy politics, so I'm not an anti-political
I
chat.
think
But
obviously for the side of Koi, they're looking at this going,
let's be
do
real,
we
that
run
was
in and try and do a bit of damage, and although maybe reduce the economy, but give them orbs, and that could.
What's a
put you in
Tory?
1v1
A
with
Tory
them.
is just our
And I don't
right-wing
think anybody
party.
wants that.
know it.
But this is where they need their response. It has been the pistol
Hold on,
and
I'm
one
getting a
other round
donut.
in this second half. Other than that, has been all Heretics. I mentioned the camera operator at the beginning. He's finally got the finances to actually afford it.
Goes here.
Means he can be slightly more aggressive. And by slightly, I mean I'm almost expecting him to go for a early fight straight off the bat.
Well, both teams have an aggressive idea for the early round. The shield here used by ISO to get them down on A long, while the shield of his own is used for nothing. Tanking another shot from Camo that's followed up on quickly, but the trade is there.
Am I leaving?
And the
No.
follow through is massive.
Although it looked like I missed a round.
You know what? I said I was waiting to see someone with the Neon Odin, and he might not have given me a great debut of it, but
The Nodin.
I don't like that. But he's at least tried it, and you got to give him props for that. Grabinho, 49 HP, but the TP, he's caught Boo off. Boo wasn't looking. He had utility out a moment ago, but the timing is perfect.
Okay, looks like Team
And
Heretics
now
will
Shados
win.
in a familiar situation. I feel like this guy has played too many rounds in this spot. Up against insurmountable odds, it's time to save the weapon through to the next and put Team Heretics on
Look at that fucking
11.
trip. What the?
Two
I mean,
more
would
needed
that
to
actually
close it
catch
out,
anyone? I feel like it probably
a lot of
wouldn't.
pressure applied to Koi. They had that lead not long ago, but it is slipping from their grasp.
Good old Koi.
It seems
Go and
like
save
in that
again.
last round,
Save till you
Koi
lose.
just did something that to me makes no sense. So they basically traded out so that Camo could have an operator.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw the beginning of the round, I was like, oh, Camo doesn't have an operator. So you probably just sold the operator and just bought another rifle.
Yeah, sure.
That's not what they did.
Okay.
Starzo had a breach operator on the site because I guess the round started and they just swapped. But it's just like, you've just left Starzo in a horrible position if they do rush. And if they don't, it seems like not having it seems a little bit odd.
Well, a timeout.
Oh,
is
for
called by
fuck's
Koi.
sake, man. Let's go back to the War of 1812. Oh, look at this. Let's read this. I was just reading this. The British paid little attention to the War of 1812. We didn't who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
Yeah. He'd want an op.
Sure.
If it's a rush, Why would Starzo want to know? That's the thing I can't understand. So maybe
Genuinely,
at some point get an
maybe they just
explanation.
If Koi had a better coach to teach them proper recon and save protocols, do you think they'd be able to push for playoffs next year, assuming they keep these same five?
No.
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know. 11-9, 2-round gap. Koi have just finished their timeout. I think that was their last chance to touch base with their coaching staff, and well, if it isn't because of a lack of timeouts, it certainly is because the game is coming to a close. That was
Fun fact, TMV was born before America was colonized. Yeah, I was there in the War of 1812. That's why I'm bringing it up.
And then cancel, causing some chaos in the lines of Koi. Starzo, though, still tucked in.
I gave the call to burn down the White House.
Doesn't think there's another close. A big mistake. Camel can't go for the dash through. Surely this is just defensive for once the cage goes down, but the flash is good and the dash was gone.
Looks like we will be heading to GG.
Again,
I think that skin is awful. Who's using it? Rienz?
He's been here before. Time to save
Rienz
a
is
weapon
Vandal
because he's
skin?
against insurmountable odds. He's at least caught one.
Horrible.
But now they know where he is.
It seems like he's been out of the action every single time. He has his setup on one side and they go the other direction. Benji wants to take this gun out of his hands.
Does Britain deciding to leave the US after the War of 1812 mean they decided to save on the retake like Koi?
I suppose you could read it in that sense, yes.
He hits him with a vulnerable and then headshots him anyways, you know, just to make sure.
Just in case he had a really strong head.
That damage stat up. 3 rounds, 3 chances. Well, look, Koi were in the exact same position when Bind closed out for Team Heretics. Oh, I saw an Odin get bought. Got sold. No, it didn't. Mini Boost got it.
Yeah, this here.
Oh, this could be it.
Oh no, is it Whoops?
Tom, I'm
you know, for a second there was 2 on the board.
This.
Rienz bought one as well.
That might be too
horrible.
much. That might be too much. Man, I bet they were debating, genuinely, we could ask them this, I bet they were debating what skin he gets. And I think he had the Neo Frontier.
They go for a 4-stack C and they hit A. Unlucky.
He's
GG.
getting
Okay, we're gonna make it.
Upgraded. Oh, what, you hate this? The slide, 100% accuracy slides out of the game now, but he's got a lot of bullets to work with. And
reload.
And he's literally just looking for that trip.
A few hundred.
He only had 91 left, so he definitely needed a reload.
It's important. It's important. Every bullet counts.
Maybe with your aim. Either way, it's going to be a 5v5 retake. Ultimate available
with
as
your
well.
aim.
Well, the Odin gets absolutely nothing.
No, it did
as
damage.
Expected.
It did damage.
Already. The 1v1's going to be everything, and in fact, it's now just on to Benji. Rolling Thunder will take him down. The Odin
I don't want to hear it.
Work.
Oh no!
The strategy didn't work.
If this goes to OT, I genuinely will have to end the stream before it
blames
ends.
his tools. That's who I think you are, Tom.
You definitely are a tool.
And you blame me all the damn time.
Exactly.
See, now that they're on 12, they can't
2 rounds
save,
in
so
between.
Heretics are in trouble.
Resurgence by Koi. Good ability to fight back
Maybe they
into
can
it.
just
Well,
convince
no
and mind
commitment
trick
from
them
Team
into
Heretics. I
saving.
don't see any Odins on the
Maybe they
board. It's
can
a
win a
disaster
persuasion roll.
this round. For Koi, I think the fact that they're able to find a successful retake towards the A side as well comes down to Shadow. The quick 180 flick to turn back under heaven. I think players caught with utility out.
Come on!
The pace is what got that across the line.
They only need 2. As said,
We're missing God Save the King. Still. Oh, for fuck's sake!
rough rounds for them that have slipped away. Again, they've started off with a kill on to boot. Ravinho wants to get this spot on. He's waiting for the contact. And it is a very good paranoia. Tries to commit. Rienz, again, somehow manages to make this one competitive. And Benji left, tagged up. Hunter's Fury online. For him to win this would be incredibly impressive. He's just going to try and full sprint, gain himself the spike, and that is what he's done. But the remaining players, they're just looking to try and play this one together, and he has no idea. But both of them are actually
He should know
now.
where they are now.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is they both popped their neural theft, so they had the information. Close recon, clearing it out, but he was on the angle. Benji Fishy a chance to close this lengthy series out here, and now, and he's got it done!
GG! Ingalo!